if that's a good one or not. It's a term that cover these are spiritual names that said these type have spiritual gifts and they know how to use it. So they call it witch. Why? Because it's not a norm that regular people know what to do with that. They don't really. I don't believe that. I don't believe because it sure believe in you. So when you don't believe that a power that these powers exist and then people can cast things on you because you don't believe your spirit ain't even don't have no idea that it exists. Why? Because you dismissed it and you say, I don't believe in that. But guess what? That entity is real because you can conjure them up. Guess why? Because there's no such thing as death. Now, another reason is, what you mean by that? I buried my uncle. I just seen my mother. We put her on the ground. I don't know what you're talking about, sis. Okay, I know you don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm going to tell you anyway. The body gets dismissed. That spirit can no longer stay in that body. So once it can't stay in the body, it has to come out. The body is no good to house or to be able for the spirit to sustain it. After it gets big for that body or whatever, it needs to come out. Therefore, that spirit still lives. It still and remember itself. It don't have feelings like it once did when it was in a body. It's a different. It's lighter. Sometimes they still feel confused because they remember being in a house. It's almost like feeling naked, being naked. And they said, "Where's my clothes?" Our body is our shield to hide our spirit, so people can't see who we are. So people that knows that, they know they can put on a mask, they can put on the front, come a little bit like this. You would never know because you can't see that person's attention. But guess what happens? When that's why they got shamans. We have a lot of what they call mediators. We have people that know how to talk to both sides and listen to them. And you got people that can see them. I mean, I do all those things. That's not what's important. What is important is my intuition is nothing to play with. So if you have that and discernment and you know how to do certain things, you don't have to, I'm not going to tell all my secrets. Why? Because it's mine. Now, what I would tell you is use your own mind. That's not a secret. The things that I would say that seem like a secret is not a secret. If you use your heart, use your soul. If your mind and your spirit doesn't line up together, you cannot know your higher self. In order to get out, so make it simple. Some people say, "What's your higher self? What are you talking about?" Your conscience. Your conscience should be more conscious to think about more people, or not just thinking about people, but think about yourself. Who are you? What was you? What who was you as a kid? Think back and play your tape back and look so you can see where the Lord was at the whole time. So people can start thinking, oh, the Lord is asleep. Why do you let these things happen? How come we suffering like this? How come the price is going up? Do you understand? You're in Satan's world. So when we understand that what we're actually up against, why everybody worrying about, let me see, I'm not telling nobody quit their job or whatever. Whatever you want to do, just go ahead and do it. What I'm saying is you should have an open mind. You should go in with more knowledge than with your eyes closed. You should not just want to have your eyes open, but they like this. You still can't see nothing. You know how crazy that is to have eyes for people that say they blind and they looking at you and they look like they can see. They're not wobbling nowhere. They look like they looking at you, right? And eyes is wide open. Now, usually when you think about a person that's blind, you think about some cataract, something covering the film is so thick in their eyeballs, or they just got their eyes closed where they can't see nothing, right? Or right, they can't see, right? So then you got people like Steve Wonder that can barely see, but they can still see, but they make believe they can't. Why? Because you get sympathy that way, right? Okay. So what I'm saying is, would you rather have your eyes to be closed, but they up? I don't know about you. That means that even when you sleep, you still up. You understand what I'm saying? Like you can't be sleep no more. You want to wake up. For some people that don't like to wake up, and you don't want to understand that this world and the people that you sit next to. Everybody is not the same. Everybody don't have the same spirit. Everybody don't have the same intentions. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not family because they say that and we party. But like I thought the same thing. What I'm saying is, I'm not going to go into bashing people. Whatever they did, whatever people do, it's going to bash themselves. We have to take account of how we live and why we need to think about. You mean to tell me we could have lived a different way? Yes. The Lord told us to go inward, not outward. Who are we outwardly going to? Who we want to impress? The Lord said, don't live to please other people. There's a difference because God's children, or chosen, however you want to call it, we are part of raising the conscience of our people. That is what it is. Our children, we thinking about the future. If the future is still sleeping, how can you be prepared for when the children that didn't have children to come and your mind is still in a 3D version? You're going to be in a controlled system. It's already controlled as slavery. And then they fix it a certain way to look like they gave us a choice. I'm just say this. We need to be more conscious of our actions and how we live, because that's where the Most High said that's where you get your blessings from, not because you signed some form or who you knew. Well, it's not who you know, it's what you know. Or if it's not what you know, it's who you know. You know something? I don't give a damn who you know down here. If you know the Most High know every goddamn body and every goddamn thing. It's nowhere that he can't take you from the dirt and remove you and put you on the platform and put you past most people that never been nowhere in this universe. And somebody gonna say, "But the Lord can't do it." Why he can't? He did it for Jesus. He made him a standout and used one person. He was one man. Whether you want to use a man, the point is he was doing miracles. What did he do? He used his mind. He believed that I can manifest what my reality I want it to be. That was the miracle. So when people's looking for fireworks and somebody to walk through the walls, yes, maybe some people didn't know how to astral travel. When you start learning certain things, I don't know a lot. I have knowledge and understanding of a lot of things. So as long as I get the essence, I can still teach it. Do you need to know, well, did you ever do this? And I'm gonna see if you ever made yourself disappear. You ever some things I'm building into. I don't know everything. We don't have to know everything. Certain things have to happen. So the more things happen, the more pressure, the more tested and tried, the more you get more vigor, you get more refined. You'll be becoming who you're supposed to be. You need something to give you that heat, to challenge you and then feel that spirit in your feet and make you move and make you rise. It's something about the power of the Most High. Then when you think about it, all power, all knowing, all mercy, all authority can cause wrath and give breath of love, life and death. The power of all things, and he give all things freely to all that hearkens to him. And if you under that authority that knows all things, that can see deep, many light years away before you even thought about what your life was going to be like, the Lord made it that way, and you connected to a pop. Listen, for Christians and make believers that is not really believers, I got to say that, because if you believe the things that we think that we should care about, putting the money in the basket, the Lord never told us that. It's in the Bible. It says to put. I seen it clearly. It says put 10%. That is not our. That is not the Most High. So when you're going to church and people that's offering up their children, offer up the little children, all the little children, something about offering your children up to. They said we want to bless the children to Jesus. That is not the righteous God that children is being offered up to. Now, it took me some time And I learned at 42. So 42, 43, and 44, somewhere over there. That is when, 42 was when I got instructions of why not to go to the house. Don't go to church. Now, some people say, well, I don't think the Lord would say that. Well, the Lord would never say, I don't know what Lord you talking about. I don't know what God you. Before you be ignorant or question or say, that's not. Why don't you hear all the way? If the Lord, I didn't tell nobody not to do anything. Because people, if they can't wake up, maybe some people is not meant to be awoken or shaken. So then, therefore, I do my best to not to shaken or awaken the ones that don't need to be woke. Okay? So that way, when you do wake up, very nice and slow, after you see people moving out the way and everybody's being separated, and you say, hey, what about me? What about you? You didn't believe, you didn't want to know, so you got to get left back. What's going to happen? Well, if you think about, let me just say, it's only two spirits here, and one is after the other. The God of this world do not want to give up their system where you still can work and you still got politics and they still. Why? Because it's people that get off on life insurance, and they do strange things in the background to their family, and why we having a lot of deaths and why people getting sick in the family. You think that people just getting sick, people getting cancer, people was wishing family, everybody. I have dark forces, I got witches, warlocks, whatever it is that is dark in my family line, everybody got them. When I say everybody, white, black, I don't care what color you is, what color you are, whatever you want to call your pigmentation, whatever you is, that doesn't determine that you don't have knowledge of secrets being passed down. I'm not going to go too deep because some people get scared and they get lost. So I'll give you a little at a time. But I'm going to tell you, it is two forces. So find out who believes what, because the more that people that believe in this, really caught up in the basketballs, just worldly things, instead of coming out so you can understand the love that God placed in you. And if the Lord sent anybody to say, hey, I was just calling to think of you. That's it. No strange attached, nothing malice, no hidden other agendas attached to it. It's just love and peace. I was just calling because I was thinking about you. That did something for somebody somewhere. God sent people to call or to show up, or He used nature, could use the birds. There's no element that the Lord can't reach us. If you believe. If you believe, then say you don't. If you know that that's true for you, that the Lord always did it for you, then say, it's true. I believe. So if we believe in that, there's nothing that the Lord can do. That means, listen carefully so people can understand. You have to believe in your God-darn selves. You have to believe in yourself, because how else can He showcase all His ability if we don't goddamn listen? And then we don't find out why. If the Lord say, look, get yourself together, I'm going to make you a certain way. I'm going to send somebody in your path to change your life. Now, I'm going to tell people something real simple. Let's like to keep my crown covered. All right. So, thank you for having patience for me if you didn't. If you do, don't, or whatever. Just listen. So, what I'm saying is, you can't be used unless the Lord can use you. You have to be somebody of yourself to have enough. You have to have enough something about you that this life is not enough to change you. If it's enough to change you, your spirit is what I'm saying. Like, you could do a lot of things. You could do a lot of wrong things. You could say some things. You could have some ways. But if you are conscious enough to know that it is a power that resonates, and you know you connected because it's certain things that you make decisions of, and the people with the choices that we made, and the people we hung around. And we hanging around these people, and it's like, okay, so I'm hanging around them, and you finding out who you are, if you okay, if you feel safe, or it's just like a risky type of people that y'all like to do crazy things or dangerous stuff, or ride the motorcycle, or maybe uh, have sex in strange places, or in front of people, whatever your craziness is. What I'm saying is, whatever that wild side, it has a place when it's not checked. If it doesn't have no morals, you don't have boundaries. That side, and then you say narcissist. Those people goes against. They believe in being religious or not believing. So atheists or people out there that don't believe in nothing. I don't believe in no higher power. I believe, but I really don't. I really don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know nothing about the Bible. I never really went to church. Whether you went to church or read a Bible, that should not determine your own common sense or how you feel about yourself. What do you say who you are? If you didn't know none of those things, okay, so you don't believe in this, you don't believe in that. Do you believe in anything about yourself? You see, that's where the problem is, because this world will tell you, you don't compare ourselves to the Most High. Like, don't compare yourself to God because we're not His equal. What the hell are you talking about? Think about it. Now, when it started to start making sense is in my 40s. Now, I've been going to church for like 10, 11 years. The point is, I needed direction. If you go into church, I'm not saying that not to go. I'm saying when you go, if you go with an understanding of a purpose, of understanding what it is that you're going for and why you're going. From differently, if it's all to get understanding. And some of us, if we angry or we live wherever you want to call yourself, a Jew, a Christian, a Muslim, whatever it is that you want to be, a monk, a bunk, whatever it is that you want to do. Some is peaceful. It's cultures that will make you sit down. Now, the Buddhists, they said the Buddhists or Buddha, right? In every culture, in every lineage, in every part of this planet, and every planet, Australian, whatever nationality you could think of, there was only one that looked like this all across the globe, melanated beings. I got to see the Asian one. I don't know why people be doing some major stuff on TikTok or whatever, how they be finding to go back to find pictures of us all across the globe and every nationality. It was only melanated beings that roamed the parts of the earth that was everything that belonged to us. Everything the light touches, every warmth, every place. You know what we did? They didn't have money. We used the resources that life already provided. It's nothing in no place that the Lord would give us or place us or be born to that it would not be sustainable for life to sustain in that habitat. That means for us to be in its air climate, for us to have water, it needs to have water. It needs to have minerals. We need to have light. We need electricity. We need to have certain things to be able to inhabit it. So these people, when you get pregnant, they told us a lot of things. Oh, your kid, you gotta get your child gotta have shots. Or you can't go to school if it's not up to date with the immunizations. Your pets got. Why do we need to have? Why would God put us in a harmful place where we got to be protected from who, what germs, and who is making them? Stick them with the same thing that they're putting out. Get rid of them. Whether they scientists or lab rats or whatever they are with the white coats, and as God said, don't trust strangers. Why do you trust these people that you don't know? Why are you trusting these people? You don't know them. And we call them our doctors and things like that. I don't know why I keep fixing this thing. It just keep not being the way I want. Okay. This is probably like the last time I fix this thing. a certain way. All right. So, in saying we have to find something about ourselves if you have nothing else. And if you go inwardly and you think about the times that you cried, you have to know you and God was with you inside. Something understood you and you can feel it. We ain't paying attention because we're feeling grief and pain, whatever the reason is, whether you broke up with somebody, whether you lost a loved one, whether something happens to a child or something happened to your aunt, your uncle, or whatever it is. Maybe somebody got locked up. Maybe somebody got shot. Whatever the reason is. When you start thinking about all the sadness, it is a reason why we go through these things. You have to get excited. He said, count it all joy. How come that's not a believable thing? Do you think that we was made to live to suffer? Why would he make us to come here to suffer, to go through things and never have a resolution that it would never be happiness, that for all your life is always going to be, or you always going to argue with your mate or with another person, and you would never have no type of peace in life ever. You always going to have that. It's not a real thing. That is an illusion. You know why it's an illusion? Because I'm not going to tell myself that. Because that don't make sense. Why does it make sense? Gravity and law, according to the physics and just the way of life, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't even add up. It doesn't math up. So I'm gonna tell you why. If we believe that all the time that life's supposed to, until you get out of the system, life is better, it's peace there. It's a different type of challenge. So yes, do we have to have people to open their minds and think more highly than what they think? Because the way you think, you can control your outcome. You don't need to go outwardly and go do something. God said, I'm everywhere you at. Where can you be that the Lord is not connected to you and that you got to go somewhere and go touch a brother or, hey, I need to talk to God. You think I can? Excuse me. Think you can talk to God for me? Now, listen. It is a such thing that is possible because God got favors on certain people that know something and they may be able to intercede for you. You better be a worth it being because if you come to me, I'm not interceding for you. I'm not going to question the Lord. I already know I know the principles. I know the do's and don'ts. Why? You know why? Because it's besides the book. Your life should have told you something. If you never read the Bible, say, I never read the Bible, but did you use your life? What part of your life was you not paying attention to? We know right from wrong, basic. You know what basic is? The bottom. From the beginning. The root. That's what it is, the root. You know, anything, keep going, break it down to the common denominator. It's one and two things. There's only one way to go. You get two choices. The umbrella, you get to be the God of your dark ways. You want to live a shiesty, crazy life. You want to harm or hurt or steal or kill people. Why? For green. Listen, people. Listen to what they did. Family. Listen, family. They took our heart chakra. People that knows about the chakras. Truly divinely sent. I love you. I hope you see my video. I love you. I'm that one. So I'm the Aries that sit down in its fiery form and think about all goodness that the Lord brought me through all my storms. What wrongs could he not correct it if he didn't give me a conscience to say, I don't feel if I did something wrong to get, talked to or disciplined immediately. That means that you was already set aside from this world trying to make you the Lord's enemy. Their job is that mission, and please believe that is all the mission is after all of us. If we don't wake up to be able to come on, people, we should be able to connect. You should be able to feel. Can you feel when someone is speaking and God said, please, if I'm talking, do you hear me? Would you listen to me? Or are you looking at something that should represent me in a certain way? Because to your understanding, it needs to look that way. If it doesn't look a certain way, then it can't be. I don't like that. And then you got people that want to change the Most High's plan that He has already. When you are born already a certain way, and you already predestined, because nobody can copy anybody's signature spirit. Now, the demons, what happens is these are cousins, these are aunts and uncles, these are make believe friends. And I'm not going to say family, I'm going to say relatives, because everybody that you related to, everybody ain't family. They not family tied with you. They ain't got your back. They will watch. I got sisters that, friends and people that can watch people do the wrong things to you and know, God damn, you didn't deserve it. But they don't care because they see something in you that they like, yeah, I'm going to see. I don't think everything is bad. I think that even though it is bad, right? But I'm not looking at it from this 3D version. I'm looking at it also. Yes, these should people be punished. Yes, they will. But at the same time, to understand the mindset, if they're trying to break something or to see what power, because if you only knew one power, you never saw another power challenge that power, because you've been getting away with it so long that it's been working, taking out your own people, causing dissension, starting trouble in the home, and going in and out. Guys, listen, people, the Lord don't exist. He owns both sides, right? That means that He gives the spirit, He controls. Even though some of them be passed down, nothing happens without the Lord's permission. He'll let you. So He wants to see what you're going to do with it. It's up to us to use what we get and what we have wisely. If we use it to go over or to trick someone, like a seer could see some things. Now, if that seer goes and tells somebody they see something and they see it not, they are false prophet, false witness. If you co-sign, there's a lot of false prophets, and especially if you're a false prophet and you're talking about children, or if you know any. This is for times for people to get Uncle John or Lele or Shishi or whatever, grandma, people that's not mentally healthy in their spirit and in their conscience that's not well, and they hurt children or they are problems of family and they malicious or whatever it is, and those people don't want to be prayed over. They don't want to live right. They don't want to change their way of behavior. Now, people can have ways, because I got a lot of people that don't understand. It's people in this world that's very confused about the difference between someone ways and behavior. It's not the same. You cannot. First of all, you can't call judgment on somebody that is the judgment that was already born to be such or whatever it is. You cannot call or cast down anything that power already is the power and authority of therein. That's every chosen. We have our different gifts and we have our own godlike abilities, and that's everybody on both sides. Now, warlocks and witches, Eastern stars, please pay attention. If you're doing dark things and you're doing it for a darker reason, and you shouldn't be doing it, because if you don't have a good reason, other than to steal somebody's knowledge or somebody's intuition, you want a destiny swap, please listen up. Those that have been getting away with it. Okay, listen. Those that's been getting away with it. And if you've been doing it for a lot of years, it don't matter who you is or how far you is, if you're in the next country, the next city, the next state, but you partake in these type of things, you go and play in the graveyard and go do dark things to messing with the dead, if the whatever or wills or whatever it is, or inheritance, Whatever it is that these people do, this is not for some. This is not just for me. This is for all that do that to their people, and they use these curriculums and the system to keep us blinded that they are doing devious things. They got people in high places and they pay them off, right? The regular people, your aunts, cousins, the people that join in, they use religion and shit to hide. So they use religion to hide. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. Okay, so as I was saying, I just think about just being myself and just say whatever it is that the Lord put on my spirit to say. Uh, we have to consider ourselves more um, creative in our mind, in our spirit. The Lord said, "Have faith of a mustard seed," because it's two spirits that exist in one. We have our spiritual self, which is not from here. Then you got your flesh self that is from here. So that means that we have to find a balance to use your peaceful side against your worldly side, which is the things that we can see when you got to pay bills and you got to do things and nothing is for free. All of those stupid slogans they teach us, that they tell us, oh, it's nothing in this world for free. Um, well, the most high love is it is freely given to all that wants to receive. Now, once we say no, I don't want that, please understand that you already know which way you want to go. And if you know people that say the Lord, well, whatever is written, it is ordained that way. Okay, so if you wrote a chapter, not wrote it, but if you see your chapter and you see your road was written a certain way, if you read this book, because it's going to tell you, everybody should be able to see themselves. I hope I'm speaking loud and clear. Make sure it's up. Okay. I'm gonna say it again. Everybody that is in this lineage here, that's walking around from generation to generation, we are the generation, whether it's Gen Z, X, or whatever we want to call it. This generation here is the Bible stories. This is where the tables start to get ready to turn because Satan has finished his time. And by us buying into the system and keep playing along with this matriotic bullcrap that needs to fall down somewhere, and say, well, what are we gonna do? What else would we do? Well, what else are you if you just supposed to just have your faith? That's the requirement. You say, well, how can I live off of faith alone? Well, if you was going the right way, then you covered. Do you think that the Lord will get us to a place where it's not going to prepare you? It's not going to tell you what you need to do. It's not going to give you the prescription. It's not going to give you an antidote. It's not going to give you precision or how to move. If I do this, do you think I not have another plan for you? That's why everybody can't go. That's why people can't go. That's just why. When the Lord said to get out the way, oh Lord, what did I do? Oh, Sorry. I don't know. It just did something. Okay. So when the Lord said, get out the way, why we got to leave people because of their understanding and their mental is going to make it difficult to go to the next challenge in life. Because after you finish this part here and you get past the 3D version, now you start coming out. You start, it's like, if you can imagine going up in space and going past the barrier and you just flying you your own lift off and people trying to hurt you and they trying to get you, but they flying but they can't fly as high as you. So when you fly and you go, they after you, but you are leaving them behind. Why? Because you went through a part, you broke through a force field. So after you break through a force field, so whatever it is that they doing down here, whatever they trying to do, they trying to hit you with darts and sticks and whatever kind of thing they try to get, it cannot reach far enough because you went past a barrier that they can't cross. The mind did not reach that level. Now, I use that as a metaphor. So for those that understand, that's the best way I can explain it. Why trouble cannot find you or get to you or hinder you. Look at me. I'm a living example. It's a, well, she got to be. Listen, when the Lord protects you because you trust Him and you said, Lord, what do I need to do? You need to trust and be whatever it is that I said. Now, you're not going to be consciously remembering. All I know is that, when you be a kid, I wanted to see, I test myself with life to see how far is my far side and or wild side, whatever it was, so I can be able to determine my balance. I need to see if I got a dark side. If do I like that side, and can I? Because that side will take you down the rabbit hole. Okay, please believe that it is a rabbit hole. The more unrighteousness that you're living, that unrighteousness, that demon like people like you, because it knows that you're evil and you don't have love and you're not going to have compassion. You're going to make believe. You can't naturally have it because you got to sell that part. Whatever it is that you gave up that part. So when you give up that part of your spirit side of having compassion and a softness, you're going to miss the most valuable parts of life and you're going to use it in a way to be a villain. You're going to turn to be a goddamn a menace to society because those people that get wounded, they didn't get love, and that's what the demons are. And this is why generational curses needs to be broken because somebody has to be able to understand. I need to do something different. I don't need to hurt or to put people down because they put me down or they hurt me or they use things to try to run my life or to take over. And did I go through some things? Yes. Was it enough to change my spirit in this life? No. I don't take no medication. I don't think about, not saying I never did. What I am saying is I learned to take those things and depend on myself. So the more you get into yourself, the more you are using. I use math. I don't really wasn't good at it in school, but I didn't dislike it either. If you tell yourself because you're not good at something to hate it because it's something you're not good at or someone or something that is different than you, or you see somebody good at something that you wish you was good at, or you feel like somebody's smarter than you and you wish that you had their smartness. People want to steal somebody else's intelligence. It is sickening. And why can't you just learn off of that person? Why do you want to be this is why Satan got kicked out, because these people that Satan understand that his job is to serve the Lord and to rap. That is the truth. So when people don't like Satan, don't dislike that he's not the problem. That's a spirit, that entity is not the issue. The issue is the people that are used to work for him is the problem, because they have no idea who they running up on, but they boss, they God do, and they gonna let them run across the wrong one. Why? Because they wanted to be greedy. They wanted to be in part of the world. They wanted to see what the world's going to think and feel like, especially if they ever go into those rooms. Like Cat Williams said, of going into those rooms. Okay, those ones. When you open the doors with puffies and you get to see the senators and all of the judges and court officers, and you like, God damn, who's this? The prime ministers, people that travel around, and all these people, top leaders and things like that. Some people don't want to get caught in places like that because they got an image to uphold. Why? Because religion is a way when you go get locked up. The two religions that exist that I always heard besides, I said religion, right? You're a Christian or a Muslim. I ain't never hear too many people say, no, I'm a Jew. Oh, the Jews is over here. And they do all the Jews. Now, you got people that eat kosher. I'm just saying that it's not the norm when you go into jail and you're going to hear, well, I'm going there and become a Jew. I'm just saying, yeah, if somebody heard it, I mean, that's good. Let me know. But those two is not. And then you got the Bloods and the Crip. And you need some type of protection, the Ninjades or I don't know. I don't want to make fun at them. But I'm just saying there's a lot of different gangs. There's a lot of different type of umbrellas that you can't just go in there as yourself. You need somebody, you need something to represent you. You need some type of protection because both of them. So what is the protection with these religions? Other than having faith and knowing who the Lord is in you and then speaking with authority, using your dominion. And God said, whatever you don't know, whatever you don't have, and whatever you can't see and you need and you don't know. What are you doing, Kat? In any case, whatever you don't know, that's when the Lord said, turn it over to me. I know all things. How can I not look out for you? You will have to listen to me, children. You have to learn to be obedient. If I gave you, and I gave you a command, I gave you a demand, I gave you everything that's deep within. Why don't you use your life lessons to tell you when you're going and traveling and life is about to be different? Do you know what elements of your life that you gather your tools and you gather some good things along the path that you learn when to use them. If you know you was going in a fight, you know, okay, somebody want to fight me. I don't know why they want to fight you or no, if they don't like you for whatever reason. And you're getting ready to have a fight, you know, you don't even want to fight, whether you want to or not, but this person is going to hit you and beat you. So you have to understand this person ain't going to back up. So what's your best option? Prepare for the fight. Now, unless you just going to let somebody beat you and you said, listen, unless that person got common sense to be able to say, listen, I don't want to hurt or fight anyone. Please, if you can't use your words, I can't listen to you. Don't come to me in harm's way. If I didn't lift a finger to harm you, if I'm innocent and I'm asking you to be peaceful, as I will want you to be peaceful to me, as I will come to you, I will receive you that way if you come to me that way. Now, when you know that you can be able to do that, and if your authority, you can test to see, let me see how my strength is. If you don't know how to do that, then don't get mad at the person that do. That's all I'm saying. You learn to trust yourself. If you could trust yourself more, then you should be able to know that what should happen, why wouldn't God protect you? The Most High love all his ones. He wouldn't turn his back on us. He don't lead us into harm's way. He don't put us in mischief. He don't make us go into to situations where it's chaotic. Unless if you going, listen, for the ones that's prescribed, this is your duty to go against, to be amongst uneven minded people. Your job is not to get caught up with the unminded. You got to be the difference. So when you get an assignment and you understand what your assignment is, you don't let the other thing overtake you. Otherwise, you miss the goddamn assignment. It's like being an undercover detective. If you undercover and you go in, you got to blend in, right? It's going to say, blend in, but still remember who you are. Do you blend in to the point? When do you know when to stop? If it goes over your morals, if it crosses your boundaries of your integrity, if you can't make peace with something that you want to have hidden, that means you already know what's wrong. That means you know it's wrong. For you, it is wrong. Or either you feel it's wrong because what other people want to think about it, you like what you're doing, but you're ashamed or afraid how others will view you if they knew you was a certain way. Then don't do it if you care that much about what people would say. Don't do it. Don't live that way. Live a way where you could be more proud. Don't matter what somebody know about you. You okay with who you are because you made a choice. I like the way I am, and I like who I am, and the people that like me or the things that I'm doing, it's pleasing to me. Just make sure whatever that is, if you that strong, make sure it lines up with the word because you could feel whatever type of way. People, please understand, nobody feelings counts with the Most High. It's not about I could be. Nobody was made. Those are curses. These it is, and even if we don't think it is, or being with the same sex, or well, I don't care. Who's you to judge? And you, I'm not. It's not judging. And it's not about somebody's opinion. It's forbidding, and the enemy made us to do it. It told us in the Bible, I'm gonna make you lust after the base mind in Romans chapter 1. It tells you if you read the whole thing and you keep reading it, I'm gonna make you lust after the same sex. Now, if that don't make sense to somebody to understand that what natural we could see right there, those are two different gods that's talking. The God of this world is saying, I'm coming to destroy y'all. I'm gonna make y'all do all. I'm gonna confuse you, and I'm gonna see how many of you is going to say, I'm gonna follow the Most High's way. Because if you're not, I'm coming to get you. And I'm going to get you one way or another. And why? Because those that's of the world is going to look for worldly need of acceptance. We need the world. What does it profit a man or a woman to gain the whole world but to lose your soul? Those are soulless vampires that feed off of other beings, and they sit next to you and they want to know what you think. They want to know how you think, or oh, what you think about when you can you see what's happening? What you think is going to happen to me tomorrow? I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you figure out and think about your own life for tomorrow? Why don't you? I don't know. I don't like answering people that can take that you got plenty of time. I don't think about crying over no man. I had my time at the beginning when in my 20s and crying over someone because they wanted to leave. And periodically through when you get to your whole self, the Lord is a beautiful thing when the Lord is like, please, in your spirit, I'm gonna tell you how you know when the Most High is talking, or directly, or you got your spiritual routine. You should be able, for the ones that do. I'm not talking to the ones that almost think they somebody or they halfway not. All Christians is not spiritual, don't understand to connect with their intuition because church don't teach that. They don't tell you that this world is going to be hard, or going to school don't prepare you for how to use some things and how to raise your antennas, because you're going to walk into life and sometimes people are going to smile and they're going to seem nice, but it's a trap. Are you able to use discernment to feel in your gut when something is wrong? Without talking, sometimes talk. Oh snap! I gotta get out of here. Now you can't because you said something too loud. Now the traffic. Now the people grab you. Now for the people that wants to grab or think that you're going to be ahead of the Most High time, it is a figment of an illusion of your own simple imagination. It would never work, and you shouldn't imagine nothing that illusional. They got real people that believe that you could take Satan and send Satan after God himself or God's one of God's children, and you think that it's going to be granted. How? Not one, a whole multitude, a magnitude of a lot of people, it's worldwide, is into doing simple neurotic things, and no one And that's why he said, well, is there anyone that you go back and save, even if it's what you do it for if you can have one? These people, it's none. And if you're alive, you will want to make it right with the one that the Most High sent. Whoever God the Most High is using is a goddamn reason, and is a purpose. And it doesn't matter if it makes sense to you. It doesn't matter if you feel like this person should get a calling or they should have favor. What spirit did you have that you could say that made you that you should have been called to be worth it? That like God overlooked you and made a mistake. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Do you actually think the Lord don't know whom already is who? People that don't have problems with their siblings for whatever reason, siblings, family. I say this: if you didn't treat that person right, and you knew who they was, you understood them by their spirit signature by itself. This person is love. They teach light. They uplifting. They encouraging. They also bold. They want to speak the truth. Don't really sugarcoat. Not thinking about. I am considerate for people's feelings, but not at the fact that when you're not you when others have a disregard for other people feelings as well. Now, feelings is feelings. I don't care. You can either somebody can either hurt your feelings. Oh, that hurt my feelings. Our feelings can get hurt. Why? Because we're supposed to be able to feel. If you can't feel that somebody is doing something to try to hurt your feelings, and you can't feel that type of emotion, then believe that you're an unemotional person that don't have a conscience of when or why you should have consideration or feel something for somebody else's pain. If that emotion is blocked off, believe that you are not using yourself to be a human being. You're taking yourself more out of being human and more of being a being of more of a you in your flesh self. You're not even in your spirit no more because you need your spirit to be able to house, to be able to be a righteous. Now, you could be an unrighteous spirit, and that's your lower self. Now, when you like being low, now those people, you got people that wants to be and have the power to be gatekeepers of the dark. They want to be able to send people to say who they want to get rid of and who life is expendable and play God. Why? You can because Satan is it is that. So if you get knowledge of that darker force and you know how to use it, and guess what? People did use it and it was working for them for a lot of years. And years and years and years, whether it was used children or whatever, I don't know. But I do know. This is what I do know. If you was getting away with it for a lot of years, witchcraft for anybody that's been doing it or putting on a family line, everybody in a family. I don't care if you white, black, Christmas colors, you could be green, purple, or orange. It doesn't matter which line or if you are Malaysian, if you come from Morocco, if you over there in Belize, wherever it is, everybody is just still the same spirit. We just we choose on which God that we're going to serve in our spirituality. It's the way you live. If you walk with power and authority and light, then you serve the God of light. If you walk with dissension, with a smile, with a mask, you work for the other side. That side is there to stop us and to throw us off our mark and make us doubt that it is a higher God and then the other one. Now you play with the little goddamn joker, and you got somebody that you come across your match. Nobody in boxing, everywhere you go, there is always they never seen something. You have to, in order to have a challenge, or to feel like, yeah, man, this is easy. I ain't got nobody to challenge me, you know. Well, I guess I keep doing it. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. I can just keep living like this. I got all the power and authority. Please understand, Eastern Stars, witches. If you're doing those things, it is forbidden to put or cast any spells on any man or woman or connection that God said he ordains. And the ones that kept doing or didn't stop and think that you should keep coming after the star seeds or coming after whatever it is. I'm just saying, if you're coming after this queen or coming after anybody, whether it's personal, if you feel that it's personal, then I'm talking to you. If it don't apply, and you know that you didn't speak any ill thing or wish anything on me, and you didn't feel some type of way, and you was a good person to me, then you should be blessed. If you did anything other than the contrary than what I just said, and you did everything in the opposite way, and you didn't tell me how you really felt, but you really feel some type of way, or you really don't like me, or you really kind of feel that I'm some type of way because I'm kind of sarcastic, or you know, okay, I can. I am, and I'm gonna match whatever spirit that is sizing me up. I'm gonna match you, and it's just an automatic. Now, if you don't like it, then you should change or stay out my lane. I don't worry about nobody to worry about. I worry about what spirit I have, so I can have the best life in this life to give, to be everything that I want to be. Now, when you can't change, I don't care what kind of weapons or how many practitioners that is out there. If you going against somebody that God said, "Touch not my anointing," that is what it is. It's not. It's not a negotiation. It's not how. Well, let me think about how I feel about that. Well, I'm gonna just think I'm gonna do it. Sister, cousin, brother, cousin, or mother, friend, fake friends, or whatever you is. Anybody that's doing that to their friends or anybody and their loved ones in their home, people, please understand that it's people that is jealous. If you having a growth spurt in your own spiritual self and you having an awakening, you're able to see things. You starting to get downloads. You starting to be more in tune with nature. You starting to find yourself. Whatever way it is, it doesn't mean that you're perfect. It means that you're perfectly going the right way. Now, somebody else will say, "Well, you can't be perfect because I seen you doing X, Y, Z, and you still do this, or you don't let people finish when they talk. Well, that's bad. How can you?" Or you talking about ways. Nobody ways have courses. Well, when I say that, when I say I'm talking about, like, we could have people that's, sometimes they moody. We get moody. We don't all the time be as friendly, and that we should to somebody that's just saying good morning, or even in your home, or you just feel like you just having one of those days where you don't feel like you yourself, so you kind of not your nicest person. So when you have ways, we have them where, oh, I called you, how come you didn't call me back? And I'm like, I don't know, I got busy or whatever the case is. And the person get upset about that, or they say, damn, when I call you, don't never call back. Those are ways. Those are not things that a person should hurt or want to steal or want to kill somebody because they are a certain way and they behave. Your behavior. Now, if you behave a certain way, your behavior is afflicting someone else. It is to manipulate, or to break down, or to belittle, or to steal, or to kill a dream, or to dismiss a person without celebrating them on purpose. If you're one of those on purpose creatures out here, man or woman, and you find someone that you think you should be in a race with, that God said it's no other to be in a race than this one, especially you don't even have a good heart. Your spirit ain't right. If you sleeping with somebody's man, or you stealing, or doing all these unrighteous things in life, then wonder why, how come I'm not being blessed? Well, think about it. What are you doing? Now, the ones that is being blessed or is in righteous, you got people that's unrighteously jealous because they did not do the work in themselves to find out, how can I get the things out of life as life is happening. I have many challenges. It's just how I choose to challenge them. It don't matter what you do in the dark, in the back, and what kind of spell work or whatever. As long as I got my hands, I got my legs, and I got my mind, I still know how to use it. Whatever it was cast down, it is an illusion. It was never going to work. Look, I'm living proof. You see how that go? That's not gloating. That's just proof. That's saying that it is a force, another power that exists above this earthling power. When God said, got there. All right, you came across the line. Now we get to see, oh, is God asleep? Now you're going to get to see, no, he has is power. I don't know. I just know if we do the wrong things that tell us that we're going to go the wrong way. Yes, is the Lord slow to anger? Yes. Is it slow to wrath? All of that is true. But if you keep saying no and denouncing it and going and hurting the person that you shouldn't hurt, it's going to be a day you come against the wrong one and the last one. And that's what happened. That was the end of that fun. Now it's not so much funny. And it's still trying to find a way to stop something that the Lord said, no, listen to me. You cannot stop what the Lord already has put in transition. It was already ordained. That means I was born already. People that's already born, that we came here with something. Everybody don't realize that they get mad and they get angry. Why don't your people sit down and think about it? Why didn't you find something to love about yourself or to accept the love that I was giving to you instead of thinking about you would have had more if I would have just been able to share with you? No, you wanted it all. That's why God set the other one down and said, you know what? Do me a favor. These are clowns. I'm gonna give you a job. Your job is to take all the disobedient ones, all the ones that want greed, they care about the world, the ones that care about people's worry about what other people think. Anything that's going against me, and you can get them. If I don't say nothing, you can have them. Wow. The ones that I say, the ones that you know that is different from the rest, those do not touch. Don't send your minions after those ones. Now, when you got people that knows the rules and choose to break the rules, even with their dark covenant and their own rituals and their own God, that they will go against recklessly and do the things that they should not, that's forbidden them to go against those rules, because there's principles there too. It is rules and levels to this life. Well, I'm not perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be righteous. You need to be fair. You need to be just. We need to make people held accountable. That if you're doing screwed up stuff, that yes, you know, you can't just walk around and be like, well, I don't want. Well, what about what happened to me when I was a kid? I got hurt and people was mean to me. Okay, yes, people was mean. Did that change your heart? Did you learn why you shouldn't be that way? If you grew up with love, then you should be grown up with love and being in love like atmosphere or relationship. For men and women, when we not, those how you know when you sent by God, when you coming in peace and you receive that woman, and for both ways of anybody receiving each other in peace, and your spirit is coming in love, no matter if you same sex or what. That's up to you. I'm just telling you it's forbidden. God don't approve it. But if you still want to do it, then do it. That means for heterosexual, everything that everybody do and the way we doing it. Just because we could, well, I would do all kinds of things with our body. Some things God said not to do because it's not befitting to Him that we treat our bodies a certain way. And it's a vessels is a living organism. Now, some people might want to compare it. That's why they make robots, compare it to a machine. If you don't know how to really like internalize you, then we can hurt ourselves to get to our highest potential. If we taking a over the counter drugs and medication, if we taking a drinking, all these things that we are doing, if it's on the regular, I'm not talking about people that know how to do things in moderation. Because you can still do it and still be in your right mind. You still know that there's a power that exists over you. You know that you wouldn't do nothing to cross that line, no matter if you had a drink or you had too much to drink. I'm just saying, if you're able to be undouble minded and you stable in all your ways, that means if you drink a little bit of this, I stopped drinking. Not because I don't know, God just was removing things. I just wanted to get less of this worldly things that I did enjoy out of me. So do you need to practice? For some of us, some people say, well, I'm gonna just cut it out or I'm gonna fast. Sometimes we don't have to do nothing for some of us. The Lord just do it for you. If it's something that He needs to take away, He could just do it. Take that taste take the drive. Yes, and sometimes it may be like that, and then sometimes it's not. You're gonna have to fight for the rest of the way, because it's like, okay, these things is gonna be here. Are you gonna bend all the time? And I'm gonna tell you, yes, cigarettes. And they say that's bad. Why do you? That's not good for you, right? And they said, well, anything that you smoke is not good. And said, well, you shouldn't do that. How could you be? Don't worry, the Lord is working on me, but my spirit is still intact. I'm not confused of who my enemies are. I'm not my own enemy. I know who I work for. So therefore, if I see you and your spirit tell me, I know everything that I need to know. I know what that attribute has and what it can do. I know how far. Listen, people, if you know the enemy's tactics, then you would know what that person's spirit, what kind of spirit that is, and what that spirit is capable of. If you don't know what that spirit is capable of, then you can't know that person. Now, you can sit with them all day. You can be with them, you can laugh with them, but then they got another side, and especially if they control and they hit their feelings and emotions and you can't see it, they're going to show. You'll never know what they thinking. They got a blank face. They learned it. They practice it. That's men and women. They call it the poker face. Okay, so when you got these hysterias that hide their real intent from you, and they could sit there and they could be smiling, I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. I don't like nothing about you. You just smiling. You don't have no idea that you ain't gonna be smiling no more. I'm gonna take that smile off your face, and they just sit there. They laugh and party with you. They invite you places. I'm just saying, this is not some of us. This is everybody experience. People inviting you places, and then you find out if you did. God spared you and protected you, then you just find out that your cousins and some of the people that you partied or went to their house, and they don't really like you. And it's not. You think about, well, did I do something? Some people is a certain way, and that's why people don't like you. Okay, so if you got a nasty disposition and you have an attitude problem, if your mind is one-sided, if you only see this world as 3D, then you're already trapped in only thinking one belief. This world doesn't. This is why they like church and to dumb us down, because they need us not to think about that it's a spiritual warfare. They tell it, but they don't say it in a way where it's going to connect to you. We are them. Y'all are those. It's us and them. Which one are you? Because if you come in the middle and you try to play both sides of the Lord and you think, no, I don't know you. Who you say you be? I know Satan. I know the people that's in the unknown that don't believe. But who the hell is you walking in the in between? I don't know you. You can't come to me. You cannot. You have to claim a side, and so that way you can know which way you're going. If you want this worldly God that you say, "Oh, thank you God for giving me a roof over my," when you know the real one from the fake one, you don't have to do anything but believe that I'm gonna hold on. I believe that Lord see that I need, if you homeless and or you are not like in the street, but if you are or wherever you is, and you said the Lord knows my circumstance and in your faith, you have got to be somebody worth fighting for. Otherwise, nobody's gonna fight for you. It's not the same down here. It is not. You think that the spirit team, the spirit guides got time to be fighting for somebody that's a weakling in spirit, that you don't even stand up for yourself? Why would they fight for you and protect you if you're not even worth protecting down here for yourself? You better be somebody goddamn down here, because if you ain't somebody down here that got some gumption and found out, I didn't always have it, but I'm telling you, I had to learn it. After you get stepped on, punched around, and people crush over your feelings, you say, wait a minute, let me tell these people what I think. And then they don't like it. And now it was a time zone and everybody wanted to take something away from me, because I had all the family, my children, court, everything. Because we was inviting. So we went, regardless of how people felt about it. Then later on, the same one that had the same opportunity. Sister, I gotta say these things. I don't know why you kept turning down. Why didn't you want to be participating with the rest of the family? If you felt some type of way, and then you didn't, your children did not indulge in the same experience, especially the last two, right? So if you got the oldest one, why would you stop these kids from having people? If you got children and the grandparent is alive and you don't want to get along with the grandmother or whatever, and you play with your children, don't, if the parent is not harmful, the grandparent, for anybody that you know for a fact, your child is in good hands if you take this person to the aunt, to the grandmother, or whatever it is, especially to the grandparent, and or you pick favoritism, or you treat however you treat your mother or your people that you love, especially your mother, and you got children. Understand that you're teaching them the same thing to do to you. That means that whatever you do that they don't like, they can do the same thing and disown you or dismiss you. So whatever it is that we practicing and we think that we're not feeding and the seeds to our children, what kind of seed you want to be to regrow, to see of yourself? You want to see a disturbing version to where as manipulative, as harmful, as hurtful, as bashing, and as poison to make the kid look a certain way at somebody else or someone else, or to look down on, or to think that to treat them a certain way. I got a niece that would stand up to me like if she want to fight me or don't like me. I love you either way, but I'm not gonna have no child, mine or not. Every kid is mine, and I'm gonna discipline you like mine. If your parent don't know how to check you or how to make sure that your kid is respectful to their aunt or to their family members, to be remember to stay in your lane. My daughter's the firstborn out of the family, so it's not. It's a chain of command. It is something to be respectful about. And yes, and people do. You got to sometimes make them understand. Yes, you got to be respectful. I'm the older sister than you. Why would you want to try to take your sister's place? And you're going to think that you're going to have a smooth life? How? How? Why would you think the order of the universe would allow that with the energy if it's unbalanced and it's anybody that's hurting or trying to manipulate or take or steal or want something and harvest somebody else's energy, or to know some things that somebody's being harmed in some way? I was always there for you. Why would you do these things to me? This is my answer to all the people. And they never have nothing to say. They can never say why, because you cannot say I did anything to harm or intent or any rules or cross any boundaries where I can be held accountable for anything in this world, whether it's in the police or try to get me locked up or framed or anything. What I'm saying is, people, if you have these people to do these things, whether it's being done to me, if it's being done to me, it's being done to many of us. What I'm saying is, what do you need to have? You need to have the whole armor of God, because He said, fret not. That's Psalms 37. Do not, I'm going to paraphrase. This is not changing the rules or change. Don't be upset with your, don't be the same as your enemies, is what it's saying. Don't be the same as them. I'm going to take care of them. Leave them to me. You work for me, you believe in me, and I'll fight for you. Because who's going to tell me what I can't do? Who's going to come after me? Nobody. That's why people, the Lord said, rely on Him. Cast your kids. Don't wish harm on anybody. Use your authority. The Bible got prayers that you can say, I want my enemies to be hurt, because you're reading it in the prayer. Do you understand? You asking the Most High in prayer, do it for me. These people is after me. Do some things, and they. I can't see everybody from all sides, but I know that it is the Lord that is. You can see all things, and I trust you that you got me covered because I believe in your word. If you don't believe, if the Lord said I got you, and you don't believe that's true, then you don't believe in yourself. Because how else can He use you? You can't be, I mean, you wouldn't be used, but you'll be indispensable. That means that if you don't see yourself like a Joseph or a David or Daniel, now I'm 4'11". Some people say, well, I wonder, you know, I'm thankful for the Most High's blessing. And and I said, well, if I get the chance, yes, I want to speak and say what I want. And I don't want nobody to control or to stop me, because we're not meant to be controlled or conditioned. Mind Cave Ultra, somebody dictating why you should live or what you should talk about, or don't believe this way, believe this way, or if you don't look this way, then you shouldn't be talking this way. Why you talk so strong, but you don't look like you should be like that? And if anybody did this one to any chosen at this time, forget about it. All the bets is off. All the lights is going out. And it's going to be like this. 1, 2. 1, 2. Heaven's coming for you. 3, 4. You better lock your door. 5, 6. You better get those bricks. 7, 8. Don't stay up late. 9, 10. You better do it again. 10. Listen, if you don't know why you should rely on the Most High or fear that power, because when it's disrespected, because I gave you a life, I took you out of some things for those that chose the other path of life and to want to go after God's glory and say, no, we want to stop some shit. I am not here for those to like me. I don't want you to say certain things, or what she's going to say. I'm saying whatever you wish for anybody that you shouldn't have wished on anybody, especially for an innocent as myself. If you wishing anything, I'm telling you, the things that you thought you knew, for people that spiritually messing around in things in the spiritual realm and you never seen it backfire because you was getting away with it. And there's no more of that. Now this is real life. This is not a game. You can't turn off the light. You can't turn it back on. You can't say, "Well, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pick up where I left off. Maybe tomorrow I could just sleep this off." This is not one of those. When you messed up, you messed up your line, your lifeline, and I could either. It was times, yes, it seemed funny at times, but it's really not. It's sad because the unfortunates messed up and cursed their line indefinitely. Multiple lineage of beings, at least about 3 families, a generational of all the families, people that didn't come yet, the ones that's not born yet, they already messed up because of the people that chose to go around to go against one God's elect. And when he said, "Touch not my prop," that's not. Let me see if how I feel about it. You're going to get to see how you feel about it, because now it's called wrath. It's not even wrath. I can't even. It's called justice. And whatever it is that you want, for the people that say, whether you're scared, you don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, or every money, all the money you spent, however you spent, this is not. This is, if whoever it fits, this is out there in general, because people got to understand that they got things out there that they doing and they dealing with, and voodoo dark, whatever it is, all these dark things. So if you part of these people or don't know that your loved ones is wishing or doing certain things, you pay attention to your life. When things is not working out, or you start seeing things disappear, or you start seeing people, just pay attention. Everybody's life is different, so you get to see. If you don't know and you say you close to the Most High, you would get to know. You said, "Lord, I'm telling you a tip." You ask the Lord to reveal who is your enemies and remove them. If you can't see in who, known and unknown, if your prayer is not for to line up with the Most High to be able to cover you, you cannot be one like him. And you cannot argue with one that says, "I'm from that one." Anything that's contrary or contradictory or has a problem or a question in a way where they want to question, which, let me see, what make you faithful, make you say you so right. And I said, well, I only work for one, and that's the righteous one. So if I treated you right, how are you questioning me? I don't care how many of you. You can make up any element. You can use any type of thing. It doesn't matter. You can use something in the past or say, well, use a certain way. If you use it going in somebody, people that's, they got people that works in the medical field that getting people documents. illegally. If it happened to me, it's happening to many. And they give them a couple of dollars, and people's doing a lot of things for change. Why are they getting desperate? Their time is up, and these people is being exposed for the fake shit that they've been doing or snaking. Because if you're not living right and you've been faking, fake prophetess and fake prophets. That means the men and women, they make believe that they're doing the righteous thing in the community, but they having threesomes and all have all kinds of goddamn madness that goes underneath the God sun, and they do all kinds of things, strange things under the moon. People that like moon magic, sex magic, people, women, be careful, and men, be careful what we doing, because I'm talking to the ones that's already. It's like, damn, they telling our secrets. Yeah, I'll tell all your secrets, so we could be aware of how you come in and what you look like. And it's like, oh, it's not wrong with having sex with your period. Like, it's nothing gonna happen. If you're dealing with a demon, something is happening, because they know how to siphon your energy and take it. Now, this is very important for men and women, for people. If you're in a relationship or you have children, and those women or those men deal with other people and they tell you they can't settle down or they got an open relationship, and they deal with people that's open. And the men, in my case, people listen. Any case, you got people that will come out and they want to be seen a certain way, but they're not that. For men, please understand, for the people that polyamorous or whatever, you got multiple wives, or family blend, and we take care of each other children. We got a house where we all meet up, and we all have our little we got our separate lives, and we got our own tangible sex lives, and we do dark things, and pull from people's get one and start connecting. Now, when you're a person that got to chase after somebody or your sister's man or everything that somebody else has got, and you can never find anywhere where to be happy in your own spirit of not chasing, or even friends or people that's make believe that need somebody else and worrying about what somebody else got. I want that man to do me like that, and you know that damn well in real life that's not how that go. Somebody would have to already be attracted or feel you a certain way, or to love to have something. Now, somebody can look like they love. I experienced that. It is what it was. It has some goods and things in between. But when you can't commit and you don't know how to be with women, and you having a lavish sex life, and you out there just wilding out and about, and you able to do everything in strange or whatever kind of fetish you got, for the ones that do, that man or woman will never learn to love you, because they don't know what love is. They use lust and sex with money. I could buy you, so give you an illusion, and I'll look cute, and it's never no substance. You're not building nothing. You just using surface. Oh, we like to eat. We talking bullshit. We like all these things, and we go travel. We like to have more sex, or more pictures, or whatever kind of psychotic thing it is. Please understand that the way how we live is how you live, and that's how you stay. So if that's all you got to offer into the world, and you wonder, well, how come I didn't? How come I'm feeling left out? What about me? Well, what about you? Did you care about yourself enough to appreciate, to be thankful about that? If the Lord did anything or sent somebody to be kind to you, if He sent somebody to help you, that's not for people to think that, well, oh, that's a gullible. Let's get them, because they're not going to never suspect what's coming to them. And your mind and your spirit is like that. Think what will happen to you. So those are the things that's going to happen. Somebody going to feel the same exact way. Why? Because the universe don't forget people when we do stupid ass shit and think that we can do that to people and nothing's going to come back to us. Like, ain't nobody going to do that to me. Ain't nobody going to wish nothing on me. Well, if you're a faker, a high priestess, or make believe somebody, a queen of wands, or whatever you want supposed to be, when you're an empress, high priestess, the empress is higher than all of that. So then think about your higher intuition. Who's going to tell that person what they can't know? If you're bitter over for mothers that's dealing with fathers that got multiple children, or that has another mother for whatever way. Yes, I'm speaking. So what I'm saying is, you should not want to harm another mother, or if you feel some type of way, why don't you be motherly and speak to the woman, unless you're a little girl in a woman's body that don't know how to control your temperament or use your intellect because you probably never had none in a righteous way, not manipulated. People that manipulate, those are, I'm not going. I'm just gotta say it. It is. Those are addictive behaviors. Those are addicts having behaviors of wanting to get over or wanting to hide and manipulate and willing to do all types of things to keep your personal life hidden. So cast it on somebody that's clean, a clean queen at that, somebody that's innocent, that's spotless as that. They say, well, do you make mistakes? No, I don't make mistakes to hurt people or somebody that can say I could bring you up on charges, or I could say you hurt me or you did something to me in life, or you hurt my kid, or you did something, you stole, or you misplaced, or something vile or something insidious or intentionally. Not no one, nowhere, no how, not now or ever could say this queen misbehaved in a way that she hurt somebody and didn't make amends. Or you know why? Because guess what? Even if you say that, I'm going to just say it like this: whatever you say or whatever you think or say can and will be used against you in a court of universal law. Now, when you talk about that, nobody knows those laws. So whatever you use, and somebody feels some way, well, what you got? Well, why you say nobody has more authority than the universal laws of whatever it is the Most High say and the ancestors. And if that one is high ranking, y'all have no powers down here either goddamn way. That means it is a power in this meat suit, just like you had a power in yours. But you got to call on some things. I could just say it. I could just say what I want. Lord, I could sit right here. Lord, grant me serenity and the peace to know all things. And if it's somebody I want to see, show me. Lord, everything don't have to be instant, but in time the Lord will show. And trust in the Lord that He got His perfect timing. You see how that go? It's natural. That means that I don't have to fake who I am and make believe and talk about talk about your people and try to put you down and be, well, we're gonna mess up your media. We don't want you to come out. We don't want you to be this. You should have wanted yourself to be the real thing, because if you faking, is you think nobody thought. That didn't nobody no, nobody didn't want to think. Not one time. Not one time at all. Really? Like nobody said this is wrong. This should not be done. I need to tell her, or let me get out so I don't want to be part. When you getting haunted, I know who my family is. When your family line, you think that you by yourself. We took everybody away. You can't do this. She not gonna make it. She not gonna fight. I'll fight for everything that's mine, that's trying to be taken from me in this life. If I needed to speak and the Lord said speak, I don't need to try to put nobody down, but I'm telling you, I'm not gonna let you do it to me. It's a wrong thing to do that. I'm saying, why didn't we learn to be much better? Is a different way. We didn't have to hurt each other to get the same blessing. We can live a different way. It is a such thing. Since those ones, and people chose, we chose which way we wanted to go. And you thought it was going to work. If you thought you could still keep sacrificing somebody's soul and stealing their essence and friends and make believe, if you was a friend to me, Ray Sade, yes, I call your people out. Okay? If you're doing anything, if you know something, or if you've been anything to me, and if you wasn't as good as a friend as I was, and you didn't show up that much for me, then I'm talking to you. And you know that you ain't that way because you ain't been that way for me. And if you felt some type of way, and you wanted something, and you was my arch enemy, you was pretending to be my friend. If it applies, if it don't, then it don't apply to you. But if I said it, God ain't gonna make me steer me no type of way. So if I'm saying it, Sister Karima, the same thing. Little sis, if you got a problem with this one, then you should call and talk to me as a woman to a sister, as a mother to another mother. I don't know what's happening, but whatever it is, if you wish, in all those, Katina, Auntie, I don't care how many of you, If our family, if everybody's gaining up on this one person, and God is watching you, and those that know that it's men and women, or you know that it's a man that I love, that I cared about, and he's not worthy of that, and he's hurting or has hurt, and you thought that he wouldn't do it to you. If whatever it is, I'm just saying that whatever God put for us, let it be. The best thing to do is sit still, sit down, because there's a power that's sitting everybody down, because you thought that that was the only power, and that was the real one. It was not. It's not. So if it make you gotta speak evil, or you evil eyes, and mirror and toilet magic and all this glam magic, make yourself look beautiful, make yourself look like, if you got you your people is so beneath, like the lowest level of like crust. They're like the part of the top layer of the dirt, the old part. It's crust. Is dirty. It's not good soil. It's the bad one. That's what your spirits is like, when you can be that belittling of yourself, that you would go to so many lower levels to make a man like you, or to break up something that somebody that was happy, or if they to come in between anything or anyone, for people to do that, to break up marriages or a home. And they say, well, isn't that what you did? No, because this one said, you can have him, I don't want him, he's not good for me, I don't want him. I don't want him. You can have him. He's not strong for me. He's this. He's that. Listen, God said that the difference was, regardless of what she said or what, how it went. When God gives a order, or He makes something a certain way, that's just what it is. Now, whether we catch on right away or it take us some time, either way, it doesn't change that the Most High is behind it. And if He take away something, the Lord, listen, people, this is how you know who's who's from the Most High and who's not. If you're dealing with someone and the Lord removes that person, now it may not remove them right away until you catch on. The faster we catch on that this person is not, their spirit is different from yours. So if two people is on the same, got the same spirit, we believe the same thing, we like living a wild life, we still worldly or whatever, we still like to turn it up. Okay, you're not ready yet. That's practice, right? Because when you start to elevate and you start to outgrow some things that you was accustomed to, or found pleasing, or that was fun, or whatever, for whatever reason, after you get out of that part and you start living that certain way, and you start falling away and be like, I don't like that, I used to play handball, I do a different type, or you start finding yourself maturing, evolving. You need to be with somebody to evolve. It's nothing wrong with evolving healthily. Now, people think that it's not, oh no, it's no such thing as peace, and like you can never get into an argument. It's not, it's not toxic. When a woman knows a man and she knows she don't have to raise her voice, because he's going to talk to her in a way where it's not a yelling match. Even if they have a disagreement, it's like, hey, Dave, it'd be light and fluffy. You know when it's right, because God did something, and when He intervened, it's not going to be hard. It's not a struggle. It's even. Anytime, it took me a long time, but I'm glad I did it with one. I learned a lot of wonderful things dealing with one person and going through the motions of what it looks like when someone. Can you tell when someone love you? Can you tell when they don't? When they, whatever it is. Going through my own journey of learning what it is when somebody loves you and they don't, or if they fighting against you, competing. Anytime a man is competing, listen, or a woman is competing against a man, she is not, you are not what she favors. She see you as a threat. She's turned off, and she just like, you could just be like a good Mr. Goodball. But as far as seeing you as a man, as a balance, they don't. Now, these type of women like men, and what they do is they send these men, they sprinkle the ones, these are Eastern stars, pay attention. They're using these men to put more feminine energy into them. And which means that is they're making them lust after themselves, instead of being to a woman, it's making them more open to be more to themselves, if that makes sense. A lot of men is like to be, oh, I'm going with my boys, or we in the studio. It's too much men bonding, and it's not bonding in a healthy way, to be uplifting or to be. It's not a lot. Okay, they do fruity things, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of these fruitcakes that get high, they drunk. There's a bunch of men sitting around, and the women's not there. That's when they, you know, some, when they don't, all of them, I'm gonna say, that don't treat women well, and they don't know how to find, because they didn't grow up with it. They don't really, but they always, been talking to a lot of men. They respect men, and they listen to more men, and they didn't have a problem listening to a woman, unless that woman is masculine and she has like a authoritative vow type of spirit, a hateful spirit that will crush that man, because they know that man weak spot, and to make him more weak and put more fear in that man. That man won't challenge that woman because she's verbally aggressive and abusive. She's there to tear him down and to send that same masculine woman. Look, there's too many men that's getting pregnant now and having babies. Oh my God, what you just said? I'm gonna say it again. They women, but they masculine energies that hate who they are, or to hate the naturalness of a man, to be jealous of them, and they, or if a man don't see them a certain way and they see another woman, they making them go after the women, and the men is losing their selves as a man and say, no, I'm not fighting no women's for you, or going in between, especially when you have children between more than two or women, and that man don't know how to balance and to bring unity. I learned some wonderful things. I'm just saying, sometimes we gotta wake up and realize, if that person is causing pain and mischief, and they're not trying to learn to do it right, that is not from the Most High. When the Most High separate, it's not going to separate his love from his love, unless another entity is hurting the one that he sent to be the correction in that person's life, and they reject it. That's what happened in this life. Man, the Virgo didn't want to accept from the Aries woman. I'm Aries, messing around with Pisces, or whatever it is going on. Whatever the thing is, to go against the Most High. If it gave you a choice to go to calmer water, you said no. 23 something years, he denounced the Lord, and then you want the Lord to have favor. For everybody that joined in or had a hand or and manipulated, and if you did any of those things, please understand, start planning for your own funerals. Because if you wished anything, if those that partake or bought anything or stood there, didn't say nothing, or feel like life ain't going to happen for you, ain't nothing happening to me, I'm still good. I'm still good. If you had a car near death experience, you know who I'm talking to, and you and your kid made it out safe. And if you still don't think that you were spared, and those that keep going or wishing or talking about, well, remember about this one, and you ain't telling me about what you think, it doesn't matter how I feel, or if my feelings go up and down, or whatever it is, how that person treat me just like the rest of you. I'm not going to have to, I don't need to stoop down to any of your levels. I don't need to call your names or belittle you. Why? Because I understand something you don't. You didn't appreciate your own life. You didn't appreciate, it was a privilege. It's not the other way around. Y'all was not my blessing in something that was rare. It was the other way around. That's me. That's not gloating. That's saying, I'm telling you why you should have still changed your heart and still sit down. You mean to tell me that the Lord was already loving us, and he sent you to show us what it feels like to show his love to us? And the people that I loved, I mirrored you. I saw the things that I like. And my sister, I saw your strength. I like the way you raised your children. Now, I didn't know all of your spirit. I knew that some things was a little funny, but I couldn't imagine. Then I was having dreams about babies and different things. So listen, those things don't lie. You felt a certain way about me for a long time. What I'm going to tell you is, I love you because I know what the greatest thing is to love yourself, to see yourself, but to not to. I can love you. That don't mean I want to. I want you can't come back and after everybody that did the most intently, trying to harm me, and now you're gonna no. You better ask the Lord, and the Lord Bible going to tell you the same thing. No, it's no forgiveness over here when you intently do it. You have to all the way repent. Because if you're thinking about, don't worry about, oh, I gotta go back to Queen. That means I gotta go say sorry. You're not saying sorry to worrying about if you're thinking about me. You're thinking about what that power represent if it came from the Most High and it was sent to you and you did something to hurt it. You think that you should have enough pride to, I'm not going to say sorry. I'm just not. I'm not going to say nothing. Okay, so don't. But guess what? Don't expect the Most High to have mercy for you. That's just plain and simple. If you, well, I'm not going to apologize. I can feel bad, but I am never going to bring myself to say it. I'm never going to say what I know I should say. If you feel like that, just know that, just answer the question to yourself. If I don't feel like that, then I want the Lord to forgive me. And he used this one, and she and her words got weight. And if she tell Lord, or the Lord sees, and not gonna, and it's going to be heavy for me, and I'm going to, the Lord got favor. I mean, that's an honor. It's not about, whoa, well, I gotta travel. No, you should learn, and you should say, I thought I knew. I had no idea. But guess what? It's not going to change. It doesn't matter if you tell me or not. You don't never got to tell me. I don't need y'all to apologize. You're still messed up your line indefinitely. You're just because it's happening. Because if you think that you're going to disrespect something that God said don't touch, and there's nothing, you can have a nice night, and I can sleep good at night. I'm peaceful. It's not bothering me. I'm not having no hard time. I'm not going back and forth to court or whatever it is. And you get scared out your goddamn sleep. You're hearing voices. All kinds of things is happening because you shouldn't have came for me. You shouldn't have came for me. Whether it's coming for somebody, I'm gonna just say we shouldn't come after anybody. We need to learn to be more respectful, even if you're not going to take these words and listen to what I'm saying. It is a better way. You can know if Satan is going to take you down the way, and because you do a blood oath for the ones that do in these covenant, and to do these type of things and know that these spirits is out here, and nobody never thought, what if this don't work? What happens to me? What happens to us? Hey, Satan, can you tell us? And you calling on your darkness and conjuring up these entities. Now they're chasing you. Now you need to find somebody to put it on because you can't offer the thing up and you can't be quiet about it. I don't know. What I'm saying is, people, we are living in a different time. It's time to raise your conscience and to stop letting this world tell us that we should pay and be sidetracked and do all these things that keep a system going that's going against us. And these are the things that they're using. While we rock to sleep and they having celebrations and everything is happening, these dark forces are taking us out and we're not paying attention. So when we're not paying attention to how to stop it, to move these people out of our life, all of you know you can't come back because you already know you tainted. Now, these people that if they know me and y'all know who I'm talking about, and all the people that's in the group, that's in part of this entanglement, or whatever it is, that's breaking down, people breaking, staying around, staying out, and everybody's whispering and still having meetings and still talking about, you should be talking about how are we going to go out. Let's write it out. What did I say? So you need to write everything you spent, whoever you went to, who you traveled to, how many thoughts, and what was your intentions. So that way you can know, have an idea of what's going to be you, what you be faced with, because whatever you did is what you get back. If you gave nothing, if you did nothing good, if you didn't uplift, accept, listen, Satan don't have no love there. So wherever y'all thought that was love and unity, it is not. It's an illusion, because y'all will never let, is a person that, and for the Virgo family. Virgos, Pisces, I don't have to know all your signs, Capricorn, Sagittarius, all of y'all ones, right? And Leos and Taurus. Now I have a male Taurus too, so don't, whether you man or woman, either one of you, well, y'all would know what it applies to if it applied to you. We need it, or y'all need, or as a people. Why, when you realize you don't have to do it that way, but you're more ashamed of holding on to something because it allows you to do dark things, and you was able, time is up. It's no more, it's a different way. So I'm telling my people to be careful, because it is such a way to believe. And Lord said, go inward. Don't go outwardly, because these are the things that will get you. How do you know that's not me? Because I'm gonna, that enemy is gonna fight against you. You coming in peace, trying to love that person. The more you trying to love, it's like a tug of war. They pulling away. Those are demon spirits. That means that whatever it is that's chasing them, whether they did something, or they got into something and got exposed to something, somebody did a ritual on something, something changed that person if that person wasn't that. So a lot of times when we thinking that a person is acting up, they are possessed. It may not look like it, and if you don't know what you do, you're not going to know. You don't got to stop saying you don't believe, because how do you know if you spiritually being attacked? I don't believe in that. Don't believe in it. But if it take you and drive you out and you end up dying, guess what? You ain't gonna know whether you should believe or not, because you're going now. Now you outside of your body, be like, damn, somebody did tell me. Now I got tricked out of my own body. God damn, and I wasn't even done yet. All right, so that's why you should want to listen. You should be able to know how to pray for yourself. You should know how to be able to have enough faith of a mustard seed that you know how to use your words for authority. You got weight. You believe that you have dominion because the Lord says so. If you got that fire, it should be burning in your soul. You should feel it in your spine. You should feel some tingles in your toes. Just follow along. I'm just using words, but if it does that, then you should feel it. You should feel something tingling around your heart. Is God's spirit holding and loving you, and inside it feels like how you, like a little tingling sensation. Not something that where you got to go to the hospital. I'm not talking about that. Those that know that the Lord knows how to do some things inwardly, then you will be able to speak outward boldly. What the hell you got to be scared about? For who? No, if you can change, you can change your mindset. And those that can't change, they want to stay back in time, or they want to get you just enough. Well, I ain't finished. Well, I'm gonna come nights because I ain't get to finish, and I ain't get to finish dogging you. If you got another plot and your mind is thinking, I'm not finished, I need to keep coming, you already getting closer to your great plot. If you, whether you got a plot or not, either way, each thing has to be restored. So as much as you keep doing the wrong way, it's the much as being replaced and being put back in the proper place. So if something was taken that should not have been taken, if something was lost that should not have been lost, whatever it is, the measurement, or people that is not here, that's unloved, whatever it is going to be made whole. It's going to be exposed. If you did anything, or listen, I'm not going to get into that. The Lord said, let me take care of it. I'll let the Lord do it. But I'm going to just say this. You ain't living right. You ain't thinking about being conscious. You're not thinking about being fear. You was never a fear-minded person. If you turned your family against family, if anybody put something over my kids or did something, that is a different type of person I am. But in saying, I don't have to do nothing. I can just say it. Okay? So I like to speak light and love, and I pray that y'all sit down. You can really just have a seat and really think about what am I doing wrong and why am I like this. But if that demon is stronger, then you to find a peace and why you should find some harmony. Not still being bitter. Because if you still that, then don't make believe. Because over here, this one is not a make believer. She's gonna tell you what it is and what it's not. And I'm gonna tell you straight. Now you can agree or not. Either way, it doesn't make what my words say wrong because you don't want to believe it. If you're doing something wrong and you put negative energy, everybody unanimously around the world is a high five, is a hell yes. If you're doing fuck shit, you're going to get whatever you put out, especially if you did it to the wrong one for no reason. If you don't have a just cause, do you think that you're going to have a good life or for cheating and stealing? I'll wait. Okay, it ain't. It's not. The Lord don't congratulate nobody from doing the wicked, from wronging the just. It's just think about it. It's simple. Nobody's using their mind and nobody's thinking what's going to happen to my kids if I'm not here to see what is happening to my lineage. If you pick something or you around people or other family and we taking out our line and we use it for what? For money? For greed? You can get those things if you just believe that the Lord said, change your life. I can give you the desires of your heart. Why did you have to? Why do we think that we gotta hurt to climb or to manipulate each other or to take certain jobs in politics and get into to vote and all these things? Is a hoax. And then the people that got charities and think about the red carpets and all these things that's going around. These people do these things and they know that family does this and they pass it off. That's why they go to these games. This is a corrupt, rigged system that systematically program us to do the wrong shit and then tell us that's right. It's wrong for somebody to think outside the box. No, those are the ones. No, if they say God is the Lord is who it is. It's your spirit if you believe it. It is knowledge. It's everything that you can't have, but it's given to you. And how you maneuver and how you treat it and how you either you going to get blessings with your gifts or you going to get curses with your gifts. So if you giving curses and you was getting away with doing a lot of cursing for those that do devil and dabble, men and women, and those little low down covenant places where they got the men that likes to sleep with each other, so they like this type of shit because they really don't want to be on the surface. So this allowed them to be exploring they other masculine side with each other, really letting out their little frustration, or they like to use women energy to go so they can sleep with another man in the back door. It does men that does that. It's something they get a different type of feeling, a sensation for themselves. So think about energetically sleeping with a woman for a man, no matter if you got kids or not, but for the ones that do got children, and they sleep with a woman that, we you know, we're emotional, especially high vibrational. You got good energy. You just full of life all over. You just got it. You just excited, and your spirit is that, not what you are in bed. You just a high vibrational being. Now think about a low minded entity being, but you don't know that. But they know that they pretend. So when they got a mask and they very, very, very good at it, men and women, they pretend to be one way, but they really like the both sex. They like the same sex. Okay, on the surface they want to seem like heterosexual. No, I'm straight. And these are the same ones that go and preach the word or say they believe in God and don't have no relationship with Him at all. None. You can't doing those things that you live in like and treating somebody a certain way or belittling. You don't have no love for yourself at all, you don't respect yourself, if you can use somebody else's picture, if you can put somebody on the altar, if you can use a man or a woman, or you put a child there, or whatever you're doing, or you making sacrifices, offering up babies, and you got to do strange things to give to this beast that said, I will take everything from you. I will make you give up even your babies that come out your womb. Make you give up everything for me. That spirit goes around breaking women down, and it does nothing, and it doesn't love women. It don't love. It wants us to love the same sex, because that way you cannot be fruitful, you cannot multiply, and you will never get to your highest ascension. So if I can turn you inwardly to yourselves and turn on yourself, then I got you right in my hands. I got you. You're my masterpiece. I can control you. That is what this is right here to this one. They want to try to control and try to get me to bend and break for who? I bend and break for no one. I'm not scared of nothing. It's not, listen, when I say that, it's not about being scared. I'm not fearful about life, not about people and situations. I don't think about putting myself or thinking I'm better or I can beat anybody. I think about being loving, being kind, making the person see why we can be better than what we started out. And if you could still find something hateful or bitter after hearing that you could be better than whatever it is that you did, or why we doing these things, why would we turn our men on a woman? And for these men that go after women to break them and want them to see them as a he-man, as a god, or whatever, and worship me and depend on me, and that type of god complex. And you know that first of all, if you a person, you're not perfect yourself. If you don't have a six board, I don't care if you did. It doesn't matter what kind of body parts or whatever body image you have. That's not even important. So that's neither here or there. If your spirit is to break where you came from, whether your mother, for these are for men and women, that if for your childhood, if you didn't have a loving mother and your mother was a compassion, or your grandmother, you didn't grow with a compassion where if you was hurt, you was nurtured and you was cared for, you was looked over, you was fought for, and someone hurt you, and somebody saw that you was hurt, but they didn't come to your defense. They just knocked it off, and then you got picked on and you grew up a certain way. And when kids can be brutal, yes, but after you get to an adult and you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s, please, for older people, don't use life as an excuse about if you had a kid and to raise a kid properly, you got to get them from the beginning. And if your mind at this beginning where you at and you in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, or anywhere in your 40s and 50s, you're way above the limit to not to know, to have enough choices to know which one is the right way to go. How should I respond? How should I behave in this life? And what do I want out of this life? Be the seed that you want to regrow properly, healthy, where it's going to be protective. It's not going to come back and haunt you and try to swallow you up. This is what Satan do when he see God being loving. They want to tear that down, poke it, and put it in the oven, turn it up high, kill it, destroy it, Krispy Kreme. I don't know what's the matter with you people, with the enemy, because the ones that's watching that said, "Damn, you asked me to conjure me up, and you sent me to this person, to this spirit that is forbidden." And on top of that, Satan and all sides love this one. All the spiritual protection goes to this one. If you're attacking anything of God, and God, all of us, not just me, but all of us got our ancestors that we do got ancestors out here. But this is my family line, along with a lot of other families, joined on every goddamn side. So families that I don't even know that was already crossed over is made an alliance of protecting this one. Why? Because I'm after the one's own heart, and that is to show love and strength and hope, no matter what your virtue is. If it's enough to change your spirit, if it's enough to make you weak, it's enough to make you to get doubtful and say, I'm gonna look at my circumstance. What I'm saying is, I was there too. I had to have something to keep going to, so I can get to be able to get to be built up, to get to this courage to look back and say, Lord did it for me. He did, and if He did it for me, He did it for you. I'm just reminding us of where to see the Most High at. That's all I'm just saying. He was always there. How do you know? Because when you cried, He was there. Your soul was, when you cry, you feel better, and you're praying and crying to the Lord, and it's just you and the Lord, and then He hears you. Then you find a way. You feel much better. Then you say, "Okay, now I don't cry. I slept on it. I feel better. I feel more clear. Now I can see better. Now I got a new direction." If you don't understand or get understanding, and all that getting, get understanding, be edified, be able to see this world won't let you see another way. It will only tell you to get degrees only for who and for what. I want to be the first one in my family. I'm the first one that got my degree. I got all my diplomas. I got all of this. I even got to see my whatever, right? I'm just saying, after you done did all these things, you did it for the world or for your family, can that be passed down? Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't go to school. I'm saying have a purpose. If your purpose is only this world only let you do, it's not to pass down anything. It is not. You would have to make something to think about. I need a generation or whatever. It's enough to set aside. Or you say, well, my daughter or my son, they going to school. I want to be able to buy them a car. I want to see when our kids graduate, or just think about it. We think about giving them something that the world already has, and we can pick and choose what we want to give, how we want to give it. I want my kid. No, it's nothing wrong with getting your kid a car. If unless that child, it should. I'm just saying, if we did things based on need basis, the child is going across a different state, or they moving, they're going to need a car to get back. They need it. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense for every kid because they graduated and you got the money and they should get a car, or they need to get their first apartment. Did they earn it? Are they responsible? Can you see that these people, did they do anything to show that they're going to uphold and they ready for a certain role? Just because you have something, if people's not going by principle, and we're not using, let me measure my life by reason of understanding. So if we just use logic, so let me use logic and just common sense. But everything with logic, sometimes you need to have compassion. And compassion and logic don't all the time go together. Okay? Because your logic is going to think about logically, I should not, if I made a commitment or say then I can't have love with a spiritual person that goes against, because they are not going to understand, and they're going to see me as being evil and wicked. Oh, you are you worried about the person seeing it for what it is? Because that's exactly what it is. If you worshiping or wanting something to happen to someone, or trying to take something from someone, or to do something for someone without they knowing, that is bending someone's will. That means you're overstepping your boundaries, and you're telling Satan to do something that Satan is not even going to do, because his ass is not getting diminished before time for you. His job is to take as many of us, to take many of the the people that just didn't want to have faith in themselves. It's really just that. You didn't want to believe, you don't care, you treat people a certain way, especially your family, the ones that you shouldn't. You treat outsiders better, people that you knew for less, people that you don't care about the person, you don't care what they say. You just want to be whatever, you just want to be all out in a way. If you that, it's better to be to yourself. God preserve you and said, look, if I gave you my best, and I am, listen, the Most High is all our best. It's all our best. It owns everything, and it got nothing can make the Lord bow down to his own creation. You're ludicrous. You're a little simple, not a little, a whole lot. A little crazy with a whole mix of a lot of disturbance. You're a menace to society. You are half-wit. You listen, all of y'all misfits. Is a misalignment in life, a accidental mistake that should not, because you had a chance to correct and live a decent life where you would have been blessed without all your measures, whether it used me or even if it was the other way. I would never have did none of these things to any of you, especially to my sibling. If it was another one, if it was you, to want to take a place or take your boyfriends or do things and get your friends and things like that to interfere with your husband, with your life, because I'm so angry that it's not mine and I want your place and I want that life. What did you do? You, first of all, it's not even what you do. I'm not even going to say that, because it's not about what you did or didn't do. It's what you was already born as. What spirit did you have? Everybody don't have the same spirit. We could come from the same parents, or if you got different fathers, that child, these kids, when we come from here, we are not coming as what we think, that we have some genetics from the people that we being born to. Yes, but the spirit of that child don't belong to you. Now, whatever spirit is that's in that child, remember, from our lineage, certain things get passed down. Now, we get blessings and we get curses, or we get dark witches get, they pass down things in a family. And when you see somebody that is has a potential, or a chosen, or anybody is love, a twin flame or soulmate, any one of those, and you don't want the calling, and you choose to not to answer the call. Everybody that when we hear the Lord's voice and it speaks to you inside, silently or openly. Anybody that knows, if you hear my voice, you know I'm speaking openly. I'm saying what the Lord would say if we would listen. Can you hear me? Would you hearken to me? If you don't understand the words that I'm saying and you don't hear, this is how I show my love. I use my people to speak for me. If you don't understand why you should be uplifted, why you should use your heart chakra and use everything, hold your head up, put your shoulders back. What should you fear except for yourself, if you could hold yourself back? So when we're looking at how far did you use common sense, did you get smarter, did you become wiser, are you able to see or get yourself out of trouble? Can you see when trouble's coming? Did you learn some things in your life to take you on your journey? If you didn't pay attention, you paid attention wrong. If you listen to people that tell you they can't correct you, to tell you to be better than them, because they still the same too. They're not going to never tell you, oh, you need to be better than us. You need to. If a person is in love, or you find love or whatever, and that person is arguing and fighting, that is not, that's not the Most High. He would not send anybody to fight with us. If the person is having a hard time adjusting, man or woman, men, start learning to stop saving yourself. Stop sticking your thing and penis into everything before you go get tested. Go sit down. Everybody, this is a time when you shouldn't want to open your legs, because a lot of people's infected. Okay? People's infected and they're not saying nothing. And they laughing and giggling. And they looking for people to, they already know they're going down. These covens or Masonic temples or whatever it is, when they have these group sex and orgy parties like the freak offs, like Diddy and all, these are people that's doing it on a lower scale, but it's quiet. It's about to not be quiet. What I'm saying is, people that's doing or living these certain lifestyles, and we sharing body fluids. It's energy, it's spirits. Whatever that person energy or whoever these people is, and they did certain things in their life, or they weren't, or what kind of spirit or entity they were, all these people's spirits and things is going in your body. It's unclean, and then you wonder why we have unhealthy thoughts or things that's not working out in our life. It's too much energies and baggage. You need to be able to learn to find out how to cleanse and detox. You can use certain things in your home. Boil some water, get some lemon or lemon pill, whatever you need to do. What I'm saying is, cleanse yourself and pray over yourself, anoint yourself, and release those energies. Be careful how you tend to yourself. The way how we treat ourselves is God's gift. So how we love ourselves is saying how we appreciate the love that the Lord gives us. It don't mean that you need to be perfect, but you need conscience. It will make you want to be perfect because you're thinking about, let me show the Lord my best. You don't need to you need to find, stop doing these things, that worldly things, because it's going to rob you of your life. That is what it's designed to do. It's designed to do that. It's designed to throw us off our mark. You understand? So, I mean, we have to do better. Yes, as the price is going up, don't we need to stop paying bills? Stop paying them. Let they. I didn't say not to go to work. I said stop paying. You will have more money if you stop paying. But you got to pay every month. If everybody find a way to listen, and if you hear, to join in, to understand that it's a unison, collective thing that we need to do. We don't need an appointment. You don't need to go outside and march for nothing. You don't even have to die. Nobody needs to get hurt. You just exercising your rights. If you messing with my money, do we not, as a people, if they're getting paid off of us, do we not have a right to say, well, we're gonna mess with their money? We just need somebody to have an understanding to say, who's thinking like that? Yeah, you know what? We need to stop paying rent, and we talk what else, and see how that go. Watch if everybody pick a date and time, and we go all come into a collaboration, and we say, okay, at the beginning of a month, that's where it needs to start. Nobody paying nothing for the rest of nothing, and then you see how that go in the stores. If they keep raising up their prices on food that we supposed to eat, or they making things harder for the things that we should eat, or whatever, and they making things that's poison, that's not healthy for us, they making that cheap. Leave that there. The cheap, no good stuff. Use discernment. Leave their products. If their product stays on the shelf and we find or go shopping somewhere else, or we just alternate because we want to we want to show that where our power is. This is not. This is better than a game. If you want to see something, I like. If you want a competition in life, then you competition. The competition that's trying to go against your human rights, which is your survival. If you don't want me to survive in my livelihood, then you can't either. If you don't have a mindset of being fair and just, then you're on the opposite of us. And then those people, then you got people like us. We here to expose you because you're the problem. Either you want to be the solution or you want to be the problem. What's your pleasure? You want to you want to stay alive or you want to go home? You want to fight or you want to go home? Now, going home is not going to sit in and sit on your couch and watch TV. And no, you get the hell all the way out because you can't be part of the solution. And people doing strange things to children, and we know that they manipulating their mind. Everything is not just sexual, but that's where it first started at, is manipulating their mind. And you got people that knows how to do mind games, and they imposters. No, imposters, you have to not be an imposter because there's people that the Lord told me how to read this Bible. Now, once I got the understanding of how to interpret it and understand it, we are the Bible. That's why we have to look at the book and be able to see where we're going according to our path. If you don't know which way you're going and you don't see your name in the book, then you don't exist. Something is wrong with that. Then maybe you should consider yourself a ghost. But even them got powers too. Everything that's in the now or in the living that was here and that's not here is still the same, is power and authority. Please believe that the spiritual side, they got a force and they still alive and they can do things, move things, they can appear, they can do a lot of things. So they don't want to try to scare us, but they are there for some of us. Some people ain't get nothing and you don't deserve nothing. So if you jumped off the ship and you told God, I don't need you, I know who you is and I don't care, and I'm not going to listen to you no type of way, never no time, and you want to tell the Most High in with your mouth that you want to be disrespectful to the one that give power in life and everything therein, You could tell that one, well, I don't care who you said, I don't like that one. Why you didn't pick? Why it couldn't have been me? Well, you answer your own question. If you didn't know, that's why you're looking at the way how I said it. If that's my attribute or worrying about how come I didn't get picked or why I gotta be the one. Well, I don't, because it could be both ways. I could be like, well, I don't want this job. I don't. Who assigned me for something that I didn't pick? Nobody asked me nothing. Nobody didn't give me. Listen, everything that we do, we already get assigned. We already picked it. I'm not going to talk about it yet, but it is a such thing that if we ain't from here, then where you from? If you dwell here, do you know why you dwell here? Now, if you only bound to this world, then that's why you can't come. You was never meant to elevate past this system because you didn't believe in yourself and you was greedy and selfish and you did not see another way why you should change your life or your mind. Men, women, children, teenager, wherever you at that can understand. When we put hardship on our life, by the more disobedient we are, the more karma we're storing on ourselves. It's gonna be slow. And you're gonna keep going, and if you don't catch yourself, say, "Damn, I'm," and keep thinking that, "Oh, the Lord is love. It's always gonna love me. I'm always gonna be forgiven." No, you won't. Mm-mm. Not this time. It's not. I can do whatever I want because the Lord still loves me, going to forgive me. That's how we do with each other. And when you get something unconditional and you get somebody that's slow, patient, kind, loving, nurturing, fun, humorous, sing, dance, or whatever it is, this is a multi wonderful being. Where did this one come from? Only God can say, I'm this one, it's me. I sent this one. So when you think about what kind of authority would this one have? It's not about, yes, you do need to have, and you can't be scared because sometimes you got to cut people off. And people don't like Trump, but he has to. When you are in a position, you don't have time to think about if these are my friends, and we had so many picnics and we went into each other's house and we done had wonderful trips and plans together. And we had wonderful journey, but when business or in your life, if that person is going did something where it's going to cause friction in your life to where it causes where it rings to the highest realm above all nations of this earth. In this world down here, that is a power, a force that walketh around, and this everything therein that is made, animals, everything, gotta bow down to that one within. Why are we not the same? Why would it not be the same? You have to bow down to the creator of the creation that gave us, whether you know or not, whether you respect it or not. If he sent anybody in our path to walk and to be able to be an inspiration or uplifting or to give you a different way of thinking and to say we don't have to live and do these things. It's okay if you didn't want, you don't need to cover up who and what you are or to take something because somebody else got something amazing. You want to take it, not be a part of it, not the one person to share. You want to take it so you can share with the people you want to share with. Yeah, if it's a think about, listen, for what y'all call yourself, transformers, or let me say, okay, LGBT, transgenders. Okay, all right, you guys, you ones, the ones that want to be like the women. I have a strong problem with your mindsets and your spirit thinking that you can alter or believe because this world told you that you're accepted. You can be more than a natural woman than where you came from. You came from that. You have no respect and no regard for the natural woman, what it takes to give creation and be a creator. It's disrespectful to outstep your bounds. And it's even more stupid for females to let a man, or even on download, for people to do that and to watch them to tear each other down. What woman and species are you to say that you're nurturers and nurture not, and respect another woman as a nurturer, that we would not expect a man to treat us? Why would we accept them to be like that? And then you want, well, as long as he now treat me like that, he don't, you're disrespecting your own goddamn selves, your own root chakra, where we came from, the fluid, and to think that to use our bodies to manipulate or to get over sex magic, all these tantric sex, and calling on spells and doing all kinds of things, and knowing is in God's name, and telling the Lord, I'm gonna do this in front of you. I'm gonna disgrace everything you gave me. I care about nothing or no one. I sex this one, I suck on this, and I do the most despicable acts all at one time, and knowing or without knowing that you're being watched. And it's like, and then you're going to do it to someone that is not the same as you, don't have the dirt that you, or the filth, even way. I'm not, you can't defile my body or my mind, people. This is how you could defeat the demon. It doesn't exist unless you give it power. I'm not saying if you see the spirits or whatever. What I'm saying is you should not be scared. Fear doesn't exist unless you give it power. You fear nothing. If you did see a spirit, you want to know what it wants. I'm scared. I don't want to talk to it. I don't want... Until you stop being scared of your other self, then fear exists. But remember, the Most High is not the giver of fear. So where is this fear coming from? Satan. Why do you fear Satan? What can he do? If you have nothing of his attributes, none of his drugs, I'm talking about like things that he know that it make you not in your mind right. So if you knew in those things, and that one is going to send people in your path, they're going to tell you to be like them. You ain't got, yeah, you all right. And you don't got to be perfect. Oh, she too perfect. Yeah, you don't need nobody like that. She I don't know what she want to be high maintenance. She don't got no money. I don't have to have whatever you consider to be to feed financially something. I'm already that. When you are ready with your own beliefs, you are everything that you are. So when you're looking up somebody's birth chart and looking to see in their destiny, and you got time to do all of that, and this feed, when is the perfect time to attack? When is the perfect time this person going to get weak? Then I'm gonna jump out of my seat and say, surprise! I've been tricking you the whole time. I've been sleeping with this one. I did whatever it is. I don't care. That means that anyway, you already out of here. It's nothing. It's nothing. I'm not saving nobody, and I can't save nobody. Even if I say, well, I'll forgive, what I do is release, because I don't forgive people that do things intently. I'm not. It's no. Oh, let me go say sorry for something I did on purpose for many years, and I intentionally trying to harm you. But I'm gonna say, girl, I ain't really mean it. I ain't know what I was doing, but I got tricked by you. But I don't know how this happened or what. Please don't tell me no stupid stories of how something happened and you didn't know, and tell a little bit, but not a lot, because you're scared. Scared people, X's too, Virgo, Taurus, Leos, anybody from my past, boyfriend, friends, whatever. No, it don't come back and talking about, can I get another chance? Can I get back in your grace? Can you let me in your place? I change, baby. I promise I change. You won't get another chance to rock me back to sleep. Oh, I thought she was sleeping. I thought you was never supposed to find out. Why you can't shut up? Why you just don't be quiet? You should have thought about that when you had your chance and you went first. If you went first and y'all was laughing, hee hee ha ha, hee hee ha ha, I'm laughing at your pain. If you got to say, I don't know why you want to get mad for somebody just being themselves. I love who I am. I love everything about me. I think I'm very the most fascinating person I ever met. And I knew if I had another version of me, another half that's outside of me, the opposite sex, or even if I had a cousin or somebody that, listen, when you love yourself, it's nothing that this world can do, because you cannot take away somebody's dignity, their refinement, they just, man, listen, you can't do nothing to nobody with their confidence. You can't steal it. You can't sell it. Well, listen, how much you want to sell this confidence for? Now, it's not like food stamps and exchanging money and transferring money all over the place. Well, I'm going to transfer. What you want to transfer? I'm gonna transfer a little bit, 5% of my brain power to you. So how much you want for that? Oh, wow. How much you want to give? Like, I'm gonna give you like 3 or 4. Like, I can't give you a lot because I don't even have a lot to give. So I only got like maybe 20%, maybe 10 or 15% of my brain power. I don't even know if it's all of that. 10% or whatever it is. I can only lend you 3. You can't do it. It's impossible. You can make up who you want to be. You can change your sex. You can add on your body parts like Mr. Potato Head, or take some things off, add some things, mark up our bodies, color it up, take it off. If you want to be orange, you can. You can paint yourself all orange if you want. You want to be a lemon, you want to be all yellow. And instead of just liking the color yellow, you want to be yellow. You can be anything you want. That's what this world tells you. You could be anything you want to be. An illusion, you can. It don't tell you to be your authentic self. If you want to be your true natural self and you want to be celebrated in your righteousness that you is, why should you change who you are if you're already happy about what the Lord made of you? Do you want, he need to showcase all his splendor and his glory, splendor, if I didn't say it right. He needs to showcase why we are different. How did he make us different? What abilities and things do we have to showcase to say, yes, the Most High gets the glory. That's my honor. Listen, this is our Bible stories. We are living in it. And it's so sad that some of us don't know, it's not aware that you better find a side, because that demon is coming after all the ones that's trying to live a decent life and don't want to be in a controlled life. They trying to hurt us. Okay? So if you don't think that you're being the target, that it's just me. No, they're targeting because this is how they live. This is how they get over. They don't like to live a regular job. They don't want to work hard. They want people like us that did all the hard work, and they want to just, write you places and talk to you and pick your brain and drain. Just want to drain and mind fuck you so they can get all your energy and transfer they negative shit into you. And now you wondering why life ain't running right, because they done transfer the negative balance where it offsets you from having an abundant life. If you are in your high element of yourself, feeling good, looking good, treating yourself good. Now, loving yourself don't just mean on the surface, like doing your eyes, putting on the makeup and putting, making yourself is makeup. Listen to it. It's make yourself up. That means you're not real. What's on there, that's not the real look. If you see this? Look at me. This is my natural look. Let me see if you can't see, it's too dark. But even then, you can see a little. This is. I'm happy. I'm glowing. Now you can see it is bright. Like, too much light. I keep touching. It's sensitive. I'm sorry, but either case, what I'm saying is, you can't fake happy. You can't fake being joyful if you're not. You can't. It's something you don't have to. People think that you need possession. Otherwise, if you're not, if you got to be struggling. You shouldn't. Well, if you don't have this, why are you so? Why do you still have an upbeat attitude about life, even when you're struggling? Why come nothing make you get down? Or because I sing, God said, count it all. counted all the more and more difficult it is. I said, whoop, party time. Something's about to happen. I don't have to know. And what I'm saying is, God said, count no joy. We read Psalms. Those books is our prayers, right? That's where we pray. Right? We pray to the Most High, and we praying and we asking Him for things in Thanksgiving. So in all giving and in getting all things, we say thank you, Lord, for everything that you're giving. Because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be who we are. We wouldn't know our own strength. You have to go through it. If you didn't go through your own valley, everybody had their shadow of death. If you didn't look at that thing, I said, I don't care. Listen, people, this is for real. For the tarot readers, they want to see if that's true. They could do it. When I'm saying it didn't matter what life was going to bring. I said, it's not going to change my spirit. If I don't feel like you, and because of what people or things that happen, did it make me grudgeful? Do you know what kind of spirit you have to stay focused on something on all sides since I was little? What I'm saying is to be focused on something that you don't even know, or you know you're far away. I was far away. I saw the stars. You see how you look in the star in the sky, right? And we see the stars. Or even if you see the sun, or you see the moon. Either way, it's very far away. We looking at it. You know how powerful our eyes is to be able to see how far to see these distance, and think about when He said He made us wonderfully and fearfully made, and we looking at life and looking at where we came from and why we this and why we that, why we down here, in exchange from being up there, and what we needed to do down here is to show love, is to show increase, and say that we don't have to be slaves, we don't have to be calculated in a systematic way that tell you how to think. Oh, you got to, if you get this job, you got, and they ask us a bunch of stupid ass questions. I don't like half of the stuff. So if I don't like something, I think that's something that we can change. We should be able to say, yeah, I don't like paying bills, or once a month. Every month I can never catch up. It's like a bottle of ketchup. Think about it. We can never own nothing. We will always be a renter. You will always, if you live here, you, this is what you got to do. This is just the way it is. Life will never be the same. No, life will. Wait, let me say it again. It's just the way it is. Life will always be the same. That's just the way it is. Listen, that's because if we listen to that, it's the way it is. It will always be this way. It will never change. That's why it never changed. Because too many of us, as a group, a group of people that walk around, going to school, going to work, or whatever it is, we think like that. Our spirits is low, so we feel like that. We believe, they always gonna beat us. Always, I'm like, damn, these are some. We have got to stop being weak. We have got to stop being people of a low vibration, of a spirited people. Some of us, it's not enough of us. It needs more of us. So when we can hear, we don't need a whole lot. We just need a good enough. Even if it's nine strongest people that got the strongest strength to overcome or overturn, and to be able to move some people to say, yeah, we don't have to listen to them. They telling us they raising up everything. We can't even get through the turnstile. People don't want to open the door. They standing at the bus now. Some people can't get on the bus. We should be able to get on the bus for free, ride the train for free, get free medical care. Yes, I think everything should be goddamn free. Why do you think that? You don't think we should pay for nothing? You can still pay. Go on that side. That's why you're not invited to come into the opera room. People that like the system and being controlled, and you should still pay and be slaves on, and you should work all the way to you damn 95 before you just have 5 more years to be 100. You got a little bit years. I'm exaggerating, but what I'm saying is, if you want to work to 75, or you want to work damn near where you don't got enough life to enjoy life, and you can't listen, when you can't travel and you can't really appreciate, you get to tell yourself, I don't care what this world say, is a God above. that loves me and say, I can put you anywhere. There's nothing I can't do for you. There's no place I can't take you. I can take you from the bottom. I can put you here. Who's going to stop me? And who's going to stop you from stopping me from blessing you? No one, nowhere, no how. So and once we understand that, why are we in trouble with ourselves and our mind, thinking that if I want to free myself, what do I need? You need your thinking. You need to vision yourself. You need to believe whatever it is that you're saying that you want to see yourself and you want to have. Why can't you see yourself? You got to measure your own capability. Don't ask for or see yourself having a position or being in some way of authority, and your spirit ain't even you're not even built for that. Like, don't cross or go outside your lane, because when it comes and it's like, well, let me see what you can do. You have to be somebody already made for that. You have to be somebody that said, well, can I stand if I have to? And they said, well, yes. Why would you want to challenge this? Or why? Like, what would you do? Go to work and save your money so we can be able to put our money into whatever it is that we want. Why would we keep working for them? We're working for them for just to pay bills, and I gotta keep my lights on. Don't pay them either. Lights is for free. Electricity is free. They need to find a way. They'll find a way. Like, look, this is what we don't want to do. We want to keep paying for services. That's once a month, right? You say, okay, I'm just saying, find something to think about paying less, that we can see where our authority at. If the power goes back to the people, y'all don't want to see how the authority looks if we actually use it. Don't be sheeples. You have to say, if we have power and the power goes back to the people, how can we use our authority? And what would it look like? It would look like unison. It would look like people standing up and gaining their heart chakra, feeling something. You are starting to feel the charge again. You start feeling like, yeah. You start feeling your adrenaline. What is that? That's God's spirit. That's God's juice speaking and running up your spine and open up your pineal gland, open up your third eye. You start to see again. You start to remember, like Simba and Mufasa. Remember who you are. Remember, ooh, Mufasa. And didn't like to say that name because it sounds like power. Ooh, listen, we got some wonderful things here in us. If we believe that we could live a different way, we would have to say what we are tired of. And once you understand that this is a beast system and it's trying to tell us to stay controlled and feed it because it really don't exist, it's finished. But if it could keep juicing us and having control, who's giving it control? Well, how come President Trump? Why they not telling us that? Because you need to be smarter. They can't tell everything, and if they do, why can't you think for yourself? Do I need this world or to be governed or to have their rules for me to be disciplined to learn how to live in this world without them telling me? If you reach a certain life of maturity, do you really need to be told right from wrong? Or no, you got to stay here because if you like, okay, our Social Security and our birth certificate, right? You got to have 6 points, otherwise you can't get qualified. They got to give us these things so we can go around the world. Why? Because we are slaves. This is how they tell that we are from here and they own us. So now that we got limited, we not like the people that's come and go. They can come and make more money. These people come and make money off of us. Guess what? And we give it away. We go to their games. Well, some of the ones that go to their games, most of the ones, the baseball fans, regardless of what your color is, I'm just saying baseball fans. We know there's a lot of, cocaine. Yeah, like that. That's what it is. And everybody, like, it's a mixture of everybody that like basketball, football, whatever the case is. What I'm saying is, when they make these arenas and they get us excited, a lot of the people that go to support them bet on them because they are part of the Masonic order, so they understand what the system is. While we watching it for enjoyment, they are watching it, they understand what they looking at. They know how this going. They know who paid what, who did what, and how many times this person had to LeBron or this person don't get hurt. That person did some voodoo protection to make sure that nothing happens to them. They stay durable. That's not, well, I'm just naturally just that way. Get the hell out of here. No. And everybody else is getting broken up with their Achilles and getting type of surgery, and certain ones is being spared. That person is getting spiritual protection, and so is the boxers. Them too. Everybody, everything is not evil. If you can protect yourself and you know the universal got universal sources where it can help things to go in your favor, if you know what you're doing, and those that do that, then do it. I thank God that I just have to just be thankful of whatever I get, and I'm thankful for that. Yes, sage. No, something I don't sage. You use sage. That's evil. That tells that you. That tells that I'm goddamn in tune. And so is your black ass. If you watching what I'm talking about, what's not or what you don't do, nobody can tell somebody how to protect themselves. Now, if you wishing something on somebody, and now somebody protecting themselves, you can protect yourself. Just like the rules in the street. And they said, well, you gotta be mindful in the street. Why? The streets don't have no rules, right? And the Lord's house is rules. Now, people say, wait a minute, it's rules here. Half of those rules, if you don't live that life, you're not living a cruddy life to be part of their system where you're gonna get trapped in one of their parts. That means that you are not for the Lord, does not apply to you. People that do Lord things, whether you got caught or not, but if you doing messed up stuff, that's illegal. If you stealing, you doing anything that can cause friction, or if you hanging next to anybody that is doing the wrong thing, or that they being chastised, where they getting karma, or they just having a terrible time, they being haunted or whatever it is, and you like, oh hey girl, we friends, or they don't want to tell you that they done did something wrong to somebody, and you hanging with them, and you wonder why death is coming for you, and you ain't did nothing. You better be careful who you're attaching to. I told you it's a whole line of families, and it's going to trickle and trickle, because those are ones that did the wrong thing against the Most High. These are people all over, not just to me, outwardly, did it to anybody, or going after anything or anybody that's righteous. Everything that's unrighteous is being made fair. Now, if you don't like that, me and the good Lord, we don't care. All of our star seeds, we don't give a damn about none of your feelings, about how you felt about what the Lord is going to do and why He's doing it. I don't care, man. Good. Yeah, help you to further get yourselves out of here even more faster. Whatever you wish is your own command. I'm just saying, be mindful of what you put out. So whatever it is that you're wishing and thinking about, that is more that you're going to get for yourself if you're thinking in an unhealthy way. If you want better, you have to think better. You can't think better. You can't do better. So let me say this. I'm healed. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm healing. I'm moving on. Even if I don't sound all that right, but it's all right. I'm healing and I'm moving on. That's what it is. Because God said, without your faith, how do you know you was made to live strong? How do you know you was made to get out of your storms? How did you know that you had something in you that was going to tell you to keep going on? That it was something that was carrying you and you didn't know it. It was God, everlasting arms. It was His strength that said, baby, no, keep going. And you got the whisperers from the ancestors. You got all the archangels that's telling you, I got you. He really loves you. And I said, yes, the Lord loves you. Let me say it like this to you. When the Lord loves us, and it's like, how do you know? Because something and someone, if you hear it in your spirit, and it was saying, something, someone told me, or someone or something, that he really loves me. Somebody told me that he really loves me. And somebody told me that I was made special, specially, that I was made special to shine my light for all to see, that I was made special to shine my light for the world to see. And somebody told me that he really loves me. And somebody told me that they saw my heartbeat. Fine, hold on a minute. And somebody told me that he really loves me. And somebody told me that they saw my heartbeat. And somebody told me that I was made special, specially, to shine my light for all to see. And somebody told me that I'm really special. And somebody told me that he really loves me. And somebody told me that they heard my heart speak. Somebody told me that they heard my heart speak. And I was made special, specially, to shine my light for all to see. Who could this be that was speaking to me? Could that be that she is me? Could that be that she is me? She is that person that was speaking to me. Listen, that's how you get to know that's the Lord talking to you, and you get to tell yourself, if you know you part of him, you can tell yourself that he really loves you. And that's that one that's thinking that you know one and everybody, and there's no one above you. If God called you and said that you're my one, who and what should you run from? Who can put you down and take out your light, and cover you and blind you and snuff your sun out? Who can stop that light if the Lord put it inside you? None. So I'm going to close, and I hope that it's long enough, and I hope that it was inspiring enough and long enough at the same time. Um, Peace and love.